Hi, friends. We are live. Hi. I am working on, yes, Fidley, I see you. We're working on Boo Kirbys today. This is the embroidery. I think it came out good. And I have the arms done, but I realized, like, for its tongue, I don't have that pink color. I don't have the light pink color, so I might have to use a darker pink, and I'm curious if it's gonna still look okay. So let me cut a piece just to see how I'm liking it. And I put my packages in the mailbox, and I think the mail already ran. All right, watch out, Red. Go. Go, watch out. Thanks, bud. All right, so I'm gonna sew. I think this pink will look okay. So I'm gonna sew a little tongue. And then once I figure out the size and shape, then I can make a multiple on my embroidery machine. But I kind of need something to go off of first. But how's everyone doing? Everyone's doing good. Happy Tuesday. Danville Comic-Con was good. I really enjoyed it. I actually got to see some friends that I went to high school with that I haven't seen in probably 10 years. So there's the tongue. I think this is a little bit too long. Even though he has a long tongue. And I think it needs to go in more, but I think we need to shorten it. Hi, Joe. Holy crap, it's Joe said, oh, hi, how was Free Comic Book Day? It was good. I gave out my little axolotl coloring books, and I think they were a hit. I think I have like 3 left, and I'll probably just hold on to them and give them to like cute kids that I see at the next conventions I go to. What about you? Did you get any free comic books? Did you get any comic books on Free Comic Book Day? / Star Wars Day? And it's also my stepdad's birthday, which I think is so funny. There's so much going on that day. Good morning! Chinky, is that? I think I say it differently every time, but good morning, Chinky. So I'm working on a tongue right now for Boo. And I definitely want it to be long, but I don't want it to be outrageously long. I think I'm going to go ahead and stuff him just to get a better idea. So let's see. And then I'm really debating on putting like a little tail on it. Like a little ghosty tail, and just add like a little triangle. I don't know. I have to see what it looks like once it's stuffed. How's everyone's day going so far? It looks like it was supposed to storm. Joey called me on his break, and I went out and like was gonna walk around the block, but I was like, as soon as it starts sprinkling, I'm running back home, because he said where he is, which is like 30 minutes down the road, if that, it's more like 25, that he was getting like a big storm, and it was like monsooning, and I was like, well, if it comes this way, I'm running back to the house. I do not want to get drenched. And I felt like one drop of water, and I started running. But now it's like like clear. You can see how bright it is right now through my window. But yeah, he's like, it's like dark here where it's storming so bad. Finally able to catch a live, but it's only 2 a.m. here. Oh my gosh. Hey, you're just starting the day. But I assume you still have to go to bed, right? That's crazy. Yeah, so I'm out of pink that I would usually use for this tongue color, but I think that this color pink will be okay. I just need to order some, but I'm like waiting because I'm really... My printer has decided to do maintenance right now. I'm really trying to push my limit on like waiting as long as I can to order fabric so that I order all that I need at one time and not order multiple orders. Joe said, I vended at a mini convention, so no free comics for me, but I did also have a little cryptid coloring page postcard thing to give away, so that kept it fun since sales were slow. Oh, that sounds so fun. A cryptid coloring page. I love that. I'm sad that sales were slow, though. Those aren't like the best conventions. I mean, I do enjoy them because you get to like, usually that's when I like talk and get to know vendors better and everything, but it does suck when it's slow. I hope that you at least made table back or whatever you paid for travel and stuff. Hopefully that's always like my baseline, I feel like. And I'm doing this one little library convention that I saw, which is like right down the road, and I applied and it didn't say anything about payment, but I just assumed it, you know, it would be something pretty cheap. And then they said that I got accepted, but I never got an invoice. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe it's free. And I'm excited about that. Like I said, it's right down the road. But I do need to double check with them and see. But it's in a library. The other library convention that I've done before was really small. And I think I paid like $25. And then when I got there, I had to write a check and send it in. When I got there, they gave me my check back to me. So they didn't cash it until... Or they didn't cash it at all. It was if I didn't show up and they like saved a space for me, then they would charge me. So here's a little ghosty guy. Boo. And I'm trying... I think that this tongue still might be a little bit too long. And I do have his arms already made, so maybe I'll go ahead and attach that too. Let me pull up a picture. I could have made his eyes, I guess, a little shorter. Feet. Joe said, yep, I did a little better than breaking even, so it certainly could have been worse. Yay! That's good. I'll take it. At least you know, make a little bit of profit. And then I always like to think of it as like, at least you got to network, you know? So like more people know who you are, know your brand, know what you're selling. I just try to keep as positive as I can and tell myself that too. But I understand it's hard. Like there's conventions that I leave and I'm like, I don't feel the best because it was so slow or so, you know, you didn't sell a lot. Oh my gosh. So I got into Otakon, but I was like looking at the tax ID number that we have to like submit to, because we have to collect taxes, and they're supposed to send it, they said like 90 days before, and I had a reminder on my phone. And I guess it's 90 days before. I didn't count again, but I assume that's the only reason I would have put a reminder in my phone for 90 days. So I checked, and they hadn't sent anything, and they hadn't posted anything on like the portal that we were using. But I did see that they had tables, like people already assigned to tables. And I was like, oh, usually they send out an email telling you, hey, here's your table number. And so I got a little worried because I looked, and my friend that is selling there, I know didn't sell there last year, had already got their table. And I was like, so I know that this is updated list. So I ended up just emailing them because I got really worried that maybe they forgot about me or I got overlooked and they already like placed everybody. But they emailed me back and said that was the people that had bought like the premium tables that had paid before, and I did like lottery. So that was like basically the first come first serve tables, and I did the lottery process, and because I got in the lottery, they haven't done placements yet because they just did the acceptances not that long ago. So I was like, okay, good. I feel so much better now. I was really stressing. Like I knew I would be okay if for some reason they were like, oh no, we're gonna have to refund you. I would be upset, of course. If they're like, yeah, we don't have room for you. I don't know what happened. It was a glitch or whatever. I don't know if anybody else does that where you just like panic that you've just been forgotten. And then they're like, sorry, we'll get you next year or something like that. I would have been sad, but then I would have been like, okay, well, at least I won't be as stressed as I was going to be. But no, we're still good. I'm still going to Otakon. It's fine. Crisis averted. Haven't hit the sack yet. Still crocheting flowers for Mother's Day while the kids are sleeping. Aww. Crocheted flowers for Mother's Day. That sounds so cute. I think I'm going to like clean my mom's house. That's usually what I like to do. I like to clean her house or buy her something for her garden. Not necessarily flowers, but just something that she can use for gardening or put in her garden. And I wonder if I should do his arms more like, I think I'm going to do them more down instead of, I do them to the side like this. But like Boo's arms, in this picture, they're like up like this. Maybe I'm actually, I think I'm going to angle them up a little more where they're more sticking out. Yeah, so I think I'll clean her house or something is what she would more prefer, or like take her somewhere. She likes traveling. But I gotta see what Joey wants to do for his mom for Mother's Day, since we're not gonna get to see her. So I gotta check in with him. My mom would like crocheted flowers too, though. That's a cute idea. And I think she'd really like it because I'm not the best at crocheting. I can kind of get the chain stitches down. But it's like when I go to try to make rows and stuff, that's where I lose it. I can't see where I started. Ooh, speaking of, I need to get my stepdad. Like I said, his birthday was May 4th, and he was out of town because they went out for his birthday. I need to get him a birthday card because he really likes birthday cards, and he gets really sad if he doesn't get any birthday cards. So like, oh, I need to make a reminder on my phone or write it down somewhere. They come back late tonight, and I told him happy birthday, so it's fine. Maybe I'll just put a reminder for the morning in my phone. Reminder. New reminder. Tomorrow. Let me put a time, though. I need it, like, tomorrow at 6 a.m. How do I... Stop it, where did it go? Did I just cancel it? Okay, date and time. That's what I'm doing wrong. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We want to add a time. I've been doing this thing where I go into the shop, which is my stepdad's shop, and I play secretary and answer the phones. And so I've been working like 4 to 5 hours there, and then I come home, I eat lunch, and then I get to work here. So, and then I work till 5 when Joey comes home. And that's been working out really good. I did it last week. I don't think I'll be able to do it if I have a convention that I'm really stressing about, like Otakon or like TrotCon. But, oh my gosh, Daisy, that smells awful. But so far it's been good to keep me motivated. And then I take stuff with me too to like hand sew. Like if we don't get these done, I'll probably take these with me and hand sew the rest of it on tomorrow. I had 2 events asked for application fees. Nothing big. $5 for one and $15 for the other. But it stings that a little bit more when I didn't get accepted to one. Oh yeah, I've heard of more conventions doing that. Like starting to do an application fee. And I don't know how I feel about it. I like the idea because it helps weed out I guess like no-shows, like if you know you're I don't know that or like just random people putting in applications that don't put work into their portfolio. But also I feel like it discourages artists that already are like struggling to pay for their table price and like dropping the money for a table price when they have to pay even more just to apply. I think that there's some like or I know mostly they do it with apartments. And I always hated doing that when you had to pay a fee to apply to an apartment and then you might not even get it. Like I would hope that if you do that, at least maybe they would give you some feedback and say like the reason you weren't accepted is, you know, I don't know. They tell you it's some kind of feedback if they're really going to make you pay for an application. Because I'll be honest, I applied for I think it's NDK in Colorado. I used to work with someone at Disney, and that was their like not hometown convention, but that was their convention, you know, that they would go to. And I applied for it, and the application, like the rules and what you can and can't sell, was crazy. So detailed. Like, I mean, at least they know what they want, I guess, but it was insane application. And I mean, I knew that there was lots of things that they wouldn't approve of because they don't want copyright stuff. You can do fan art, but it's specifically certain things. And like they don't even allow Pokemon plushies, which is like all I do. I was like, well, maybe they'll make an exception since it's Pokemon hats. But I was like, I don't think I'll get into this, but I'm gonna apply anyways. So I mean, I could see them like that weeding out some people like that, where you know you're actually gonna take your time and put in an application, and I mean, it makes less people apply too. So if they're overwhelmed with applications, the application was insane. And I did put on there like, you know, if I know that there's no we're not allowed to sell Pokemon plushies, so I won't bring those with me. But it's like, how am I supposed to change my whole portfolio just for this one convention? I need to make like a whole separate portfolio just for you. So yeah, the application processes can be weird like that. There was this one, the one that I was saying that is right down the road in the public library. I did tell Joey, I was like, if I don't get into this one, I'm gonna be really sad. I'm gonna be really upset. Because it's right down the road, and I feel like not a lot of people are gonna know about it. So then in that case, it had the feelings of like, if I didn't get in, then only the people that knew people got in, is what I was gonna feel like. But I got in. I'm a happy soldier. I've been playing too much Baldur's Gate. Carlack's like, hey, soldier. Okay, so thinking about this tongue, I can make it shorter, or we can keep it long and do like a little water slide with it. I think it's still, I'm gonna go a little shorter. I think I like the width. Oops. Back it up. Joey wants me to order a pizza, or he wants pizza for dinner, and I'm gonna order when probably like right after I end the stream, and then he's gonna pick it up on his way through. But the only really good pizza place we have here is Pizza Hut. So he's like, I'm just craving pizza so bad, I don't care if it's Pizza Hut, because usually he's like, Pizza Hut makes me sick. But I guess if that's all you got for pizza, you're okay with it. Okay, I changed my mind. I do want it a little shorter. And the other problem I'm having is gonna figure out how I'm gonna stitch this, because it does have embroidery. And it's, I don't know if you've ever tried to sew through embroidery, but it's very thick and hard to like stab through. So this is gonna be the worst part, is the embroidery process of this, or sewing through the embroidery of this. All right, yeah, I think that's a good size. So I'm gonna make, or I'm gonna write down the dimensions for this so that I can make more of them. I only have 8 people currently on my Patreon for Boo, so if you guys are interested. I know some people, hold on, let me do math real quick. One and a half. Then it's like 1 1/4. But I do know a lot of people from my Patreon, because sometimes I'm not able to get the plushie made before the subscription renews. So I know some people unsubscribe, or they just stay free members, or they'll drop down to like the sticker club, and then they wait and see what the final plushie looks like. And I don't blame them for that, honestly. I know I'm very bad about getting the plushie. I'm honestly really bad about getting what the next design is going to be out on time. I'm trying to do better though, because I'm not as overloaded, or I'm not trying to overload myself with convention as much. So hopefully that's a little better. I think I'm going to also stitch a line through the middle. I do like it when tongues have that. When little plushy tongues have that. I do that for my Poros, and what else has a tongue? haunter. I've done it where I've made a haunter before. I give her ideas, JK. Hi, love. Welcome. You do give me ideas sometimes. And you're the one that told me to go with this. Because, like, I doodled this back in March? Maybe February. Because this was potentially, I think, March Patreon. But when I doodled it, I was like, I really don't like it. I don't know how I'm going to do the tongue and the mouth. And then one day I pulled it up and showed Joey, and he was like, that looks really good. I actually like that a lot. You should do it. And I was like, if you say so. I don't know how I feel about it. So he is my support system when it comes to making new things. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. Give me the truth. All right, we're gonna try to sew this on through this embroidery. So he doesn't have feet because he's a ghost. So that's why I'm putting in the extra time to sew on a tongue. And also I think I'm gonna give him a little ghosty tail. But I'm not sure, which I'm gonna have to probably hand sew too, unless I try to alter the pattern. Which would be okay. I feel like I could alter the pattern, and what I would do for that is basically this triangle in the back, it would flip out, and then I would probably sew a bottom half of a triangle here. But I don't know. I already have a lot of white diamonds, which is the shape for the body, already kind of cut out. So I would love to join your Patreon in the near future. I'll have to focus the budget first on registering my business, because $1 is like 50 plus in our currency. It's a lot. Yeah, and currently I don't do international on my Patreon, but I would also make an exception if, you know, somebody wanted one internationally. I would just have to do it through Etsy. And so then, yeah, that also makes it a little higher for shipping, basically. That's the only thing, honestly. So, yeah, if you are ever interested in doing Patreon and you live out of the United States, let me know, because I don't ship internationally on Patreon. I ship all my international, even through my website, I ship them through Etsy, just because that is the one thing I do like about Etsy. They are very good about getting all the international information that you need and knowing what's allowed in what countries and who's gonna like deny your package if it gets sent back. So I do use Etsy for that. But yeah, I understand the currency and changing. I had somebody just order Team Aqua bandana, and like Team Aqua bandanas don't take me that long to make. I sell them for like $15, and then if you buy it online, it's like $5 shipping or something. But somebody from the UK wanted one and just messaged me yesterday or today, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. That's fine. Usually I have international orders closed, but I usually make an exception if you reach out to me, because I know that you want it enough to possibly pay for extra shipping, and you would not yell at me if your package got lost. Like, usually, you know, oh, this is allowed in my country, or oh, this, because like Germany, I think some of the things like stuffed toys and things, they sometimes don't allow it through customs. So lots of the times I get stuff shipped back, so I just kind of like stop shipping to there. But I usually charge $15 for shipping for the UK, but I hadn't done it in a while, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just do 10. You know, if it is more than that, I'll pay the difference, because it's a little small package. It's like just like a triangle piece of fabric. It's very lightweight. So I just charged them 10 for shipping, and then they asked if they could upgrade shipping, so I checked to see if that was an option after they place the order. Turns out the basic standard shipping is $19. So $15 wouldn't even have covered it. But I didn't tell them that. I just told them, like, hey, if you want it any faster, the next option is $63. And it only guarantees it maybe 5 days sooner. And they were like, okay, never mind. Yeah, I'll just stick with the regular. So international shipping is insane. And like this package probably weighs like 3 ounces. It is not heavy whatsoever. So yeah, if you guys are international and ever are interested in my products, just let me know. I'll probably just make you a listing through Etsy. Hi, Origin. I was gonna say Oregon, but Origin. Hi, welcome. Okay, so basically this is Boo Kirby. He's done. I think he did turn out good. And now I'm gonna see about giving him a ghosty tail and see if it's gonna look dumb or something that actually portrays what I want. Oh, hi, Cass. I thought that that name had been in chat before, but I wasn't sure. How's it going? Yeah, because I think this is what you used when you were at that concert, right? So I'm thinking of like, if we just do something like that. That needs to be bigger. If I sew this on here and I don't love it, I'll probably just leave it and keep this guy for myself. Because I'm bad about keeping stuff for myself, but I do kind of wish that I kept some of my Kirbys so that I could put them in like a cabinet. I saw this really nice glass cabinet when Joey and I were basically thrift shopping. And it has like cupboard space below and then like a shelf, and then above has like glass. It's kind of like a china cabinet, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And I thought it would be so cute over here in this area, even though I just hung my posters. I'd actually probably put it more right there. But in the glass part, I could put my plushies and even inventory that needs to be shipped out, because it would be behind the glass, because I'm worried about putting stuff out on the shelves like this because dog hair is everywhere in this house. So if it was behind the glass, then I wouldn't have to worry about it getting like dog hair on it. It would be protected. And it would be a good background. That's the other thing I was gonna say. It would be a good background for my like lives and like YouTube videos, and it would be good talking points if anyone was like, oh my gosh, what's that? So I thought it'd be really cute to put like all my Kirbys in there if I had them. And I, of course, could remake pretty much all of my Kirbys that I've made. It's just, if I had been saving one every time, I wouldn't have to do that. Good, I started to crochet. Ooh, that's fun. Have you made anything yet? Like a finished product? Boo is so cute. Thank you. I can't decide if I want to give him a little ghosty tail or if it's gonna look weird. I think it's gonna look weird, guys. I mean, on camera, maybe it doesn't look as weird. Because, I mean, also, if he's going to be sitting down, it wouldn't look too bad. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this on. Like I said, I'll keep this one for myself. But I do like the tail. So I think I'm going to try to figure out how to pattern this where I can't really see him. Bring it this way. Where this top piece is going to be longer and come out. And then I need like a bottom piece that's going to like come out to meet it. Yes, I've made a shirt, dino, 3 bandanas. Wow. You made a shirt? Like, was it like a little top? Like a crochet top? I know those are really popular. Fun. My friend Once Upon a Spark, Bethany, she has a lot of good crochet patterns on her Etsy, and I think she has a YouTube video too. I can't remember if it's for her bandana or what item it's for. There we go. Let's sew this up. Try to bring it up here so you guys can see it. So I'm going to do a ladder stitch, and that'll kind of hide the stitches. Oh my gosh. Is the music too loud for you guys? It doesn't look like it, but let me know. I always adjust my computer volume when I'm not like live, so sometimes it sounds really loud for me. And then you guys will hear nothing. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. How are you today? We're working on Boo right now. I'm trying to decide if I want to give him a little ghost tail or like sew on ghost tail, or if we're going to have to just alter our Kirby pattern. Our animal shelter here, they've just been posting nonstop about like that they're overloaded with cats and dogs. And I'm just like, Megan, do not let them tempt you. Do not get another dog. They post pictures of them, and oh my gosh, all of them are so cute. I don't know who would ever want to get rid of them. Precious babies. I'm good. How are you? Doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm feeling pretty good about being caught up on, like I still have a lot of open Etsy orders, but none of them have to ship out immediately. I think the next one is a mini Appa, ships out on May 9th. So I got some time to work on that, but honestly, that's probably what I'll do when I get these Patreon stuff done. I was gonna say tomorrow, but I don't. That is a lot of confidence in myself if I get all of these done tomorrow. I only have to do 8, but I usually like to do a little more, just in case. But yeah, we're doing good. I'm not feeling stressed. And then our next convention is Smoky Mountain Anime, which is in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, this is a 2-day one. And the last 2 that I've done have been 1 little day ones. And I kind of am setting myself up, or like my mind at least, that I will probably make the same amount in these 2 days that I did in those 1 day small conventions with no advertising, because they had a lot of their guests. Like, the reason I was going was for Robbie Damon, and he canceled, and I think 2 other pretty big ones canceled. And they've been talking for the past 2 weeks about how they're getting more guests, but that they're so sorry because it's last minute and it's hard to find people, but they're getting contracts in order and getting them signed. And I'm just like, if that was me and I was going specific, like if I didn't have a table and I was going specifically for Robbie Damon, I'd be gone. I'd get a refund on my ticket. So I don't know what it's gonna be like. It's on a Friday and a Saturday. If I could do 500 each day, I would be really happy. But I feel like that's asking a lot, honestly. I also haven't got any updates about it yet. And it's not this weekend, but the next weekend. And I usually feel like 2 weeks ahead of the date of the convention is like, you send one out a month, and then you send another one out 2 weeks, and then you send another one a week. I think that's a good process. How much time do you give yourself to make orders from scratch? So for my Etsy, it depends. Like for my appas and stuff, I think they're on 2 to 3 week base, because I usually need the money up front to make sure that I have that Sherpa fabric in stock, and then I need more time for those, because if I got 3 appa orders like in one day, I need at least 3 days for each of those. So like if I get 3 in one day, that's almost like a whole week of just prepping for appas and making appas. So I allow 2 to 3 weeks for appas. That way I can mentally prepare myself to make them. And then for like my Scooty hats, sometimes I already have them made, so they'll ship out immediately. But if I don't, those are on like a 1 to 2 week basis. Because I usually have the fabric in stock, and I know what I'm doing, like unless it's a new pattern, but most of the time people just order what I've already made. And then like link hats, chances are I have it in stock and it'll go out the next day that people order. So, but if it's like someone ordered a custom Scooty, someone is interested in making a Scooty hat, Scooty, and I told them it would be 2 to 3 weeks because it's a custom one. And I do, at the time that they were going to order, I had the Danville Comic-Con convention, and then I had this next one coming up. So I was like, let me get through these 2, and then I would get to your order. But they haven't ordered yet, so I'm not sure if they're still interested, but I made them a private listing. Your channel grew really fast in the last year. You only had like 400 in like November. Yeah, I haven't checked, but that sounds about right for 400. But I do feel like it has grown in the last year for sure. So I've had this channel since 2021, I think. The very first video, Ridley's barking. The very first video, I think, was my link hat tutorial in 2021, and I had just moved in with Joey in Delaware. So I'm actually really happy and proud, and super excited for this YouTube channel to keep growing and taking off. And thank you guys. Honestly, I wish I had started doing lives sooner, because I do really love doing lives. But thanks for noticing, Cass. That's so nice of you to notice. But I do really love it. I used to post YouTube videos of like my family vacations and like my nieces. But I, don't like putting children on the internet much anymore, so I don't do that anymore. But I have those saved still, so I can go look at them, and like my family, I can share them with that. But I really do love, if I had to like look back on my memories, my favorite thing is to look in video form. Like photos are fun, but I really love videos, and that makes me just puts me back in the moment, and I'm very forgetful about things, so it's very nice to know and like have those, as long as I don't lose them. I have them forever. Okay, so what do we think about this tail? It's kind of hard to show you guys because but honestly, I think this looks okay. It definitely would be better if it was just a little, like a straight swoop. But it has that where I sewed it on. So I'll spend a little time trying to make a pattern. And then if you know, I'm not going to spend longer than an hour, I think, trying to alter this. And if it takes me longer than an hour, then we'll just hand sew. Okay, so let's see. To do this, I do have another. So for these faces, I can only do 3 at a time because its face is so big compared to the usual Kirby faces. So, and then of course, one of the 3 that I did, the bobbin ran out and it didn't tell me. And so look at this, it literally has no eyes. He's just gone. He ghosted his eyes instead of his whole body. He can't see. So then that's kind of useless. So that is the other thing, I guess. It'll take a little bit longer because I have to... I usually can get 5 out of an embroider sheet. But now I can only get 3. But we'll see. That only really becomes a problem if I get, like, my whole Patreon thing full, which is, like, 20 is the max that I have. So as long as we don't get 20... Okay, so then here's my thought process. I'm going to cut one. And I think I'm going to extend... the bottom. Hold on, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about once I make it in my head. So we just have a really long triangle. I forgot that I put this up. It looks better than just ball, but I feel like the tail will need blended more with the body. Yeah, I agree. I love the tongue. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, let's see. Can we set him up here? He kind of blends in. Can you imagine just throwing these at your friends? Just get a whole bunch and have a boo party. Okay, we'll see how long he stays. So this is the shape that I usually cut for a Kirbys. It's like a little diamond, rounded diamond. And then I cut 3 blank pieces. But to try to get the tail to work, I extended this triangle piece. Diamond. Did I call it a triangle? Diamond piece. Rounded diamond. And so this is going to be that back piece right here. So that my hope is it'll curve. And then I'm going to sew just a little triangle right here. And then that'll flip inside out and it should come like back this way. And then when I go to stuff it, I can just hand sew it closed. That's the thought. Okay. Now we see if it comes to, what's the word? Comes to, I had it. It's a big word. I'm not good with big words. Nope. Something shun. Come to, I don't know. I'll think of it. I don't use it a lot. I just hear other people use it a lot. All right, so we're gonna sew. Okay, boo, I changed my mind. You're not gonna be able to stay there, buddy. I don't know if he'll stay there, but we'll see. conclusion. I mean, that would work. I don't think that's the word I was thinking of. But I feel like there's a lot of words that I could use there that all end in shun, like formation, come into conclusion, come into permission, obstruation. Okay, so now the confusing part about this is I have to remember what. So this is like one side. So then this one has to go here and here. I don't think this really matters because I can flip it, but if it had markings on it, it would matter. And then, let's see, I'm not gonna sew it all the way down. I'm gonna sew it to where the curve stops. That way we can fit these pieces together. Whoop. Okay, I think I probably can sew this a little bit further. All right, I'll change my mind. We're gonna sew this all the way down. Yeah, that still leaves its little little tail. Goodness. And then let's see, I'm gonna start from this side. Is it the mailman? Please come get my mail. Obi, that's enough. He really only barks that way about box trucks and cats. So potentially it's the mailman. I can't remember if I got the mail yesterday, so there was mail in there and I was like, interesting. Okay, let's see how this is looking. We're gonna turn it inside out. Give it a little flipsy and a looksy. So there's its tail. It's kind of hard to see. I think maybe this side is good. I think I need to seam rip this a little bit. And then I can see. I put my seam ripper inside my like thread, because then it helps me lose it less, but then I lose it inside my thread. Okay, so there's like the little triangle in the back. So now what I'm gonna do is make a little, kind of like what I did for this, make a little triangle piece, and I'm gonna put it on the bottom. That way I can still flip it inside out. What is happening? So it'll still have that seamless edge. Eventually I'll need to turn this into a paper pattern so I can do it for all the other Kirbys. But, so now I cut another piece. I'm gonna lay it on here and then I'm gonna sew. This I probably should have done before I sewed it up, but now I know. So I can do it for all the other ones. If this works, again, let me preface, this might not be the final way to do this. Because I feel like this could also possibly make a weird wrinkle. I wouldn't necessarily call it a crease because that feels more like a crease. This could make it have a wrinkle and it could make the way it lays a little weird. So then it's like this. So now I'm gonna like turn this inside out. Might be back later, but I'm going to get food. Bye. Hope it turns out good. Thanks, Cass. Hopefully see you later. So there's kind of like the tail. Definitely feeling ghosty. I think I might put stuffing. I think that's what I did for this one. I'm gonna put stuffing. Usually I stuff it with fabric scraps. It really helps it. It kind of makes it like a stress ball material. You can like really squish it and it stays, kind of like memory foam. And then you can mold it like you like. And then also it helps me not be so wasteful when I'm doing embroidery patterns. But for like the arms and the feet, usually I use stuffing just to get in the little tight edges. Especially this one where it comes to a point. Okay, so now let's stuff it. Oh my goodness. Sounds like someone like closed their car door. Puppies. That's enough. That's enough. All done. All done. Thank you. Okay, now the problem is I gotta make sure that I don't unstuff the tail. I guess I should have done that last. It's probably just gonna get in the way. So stinking cute. Like, when do these plushies stop being Kirby and they just turn into plushies of round things? Just things that are round. I guess they kind of already did that. Because when I made Waddle Dee, like, that's not Kirby, it's Kirby shaped. Kirby shaped items of the month. I think I already have my, see, this is May, June. I think I already have my June Kirby of the month planned. And the last two, which this will be my 3rd June for Patreon, which is crazy. I don't think it's gonna be Pride themed. Round Boy of the Month, yes. Because the last, let's see, the first year I did Rainbow Kirby, which was just Rainbow Kirby, Pride Kirby. And then I think last June, sounds like someone's at my door. Hold on. Oh, they're mowing. That's why. They're mowing across the yard. Get away from the window. Maybe I'll just put them outside because it's not raining. And they're mowing across the yard, so they can't bark at them. I mean, they can bark at them, but not in there, not close to them. There's a whole street. But I did, I think it was trans Kirby last June, and it was just like a cute little pink with like light blue and white. But I am doing a Pride event in June, like very end of June, and I do plan on making some more Pride Kirbys, but I do want to get a different color fabric because those Kirbys, you know, that fabric that I used for those Kirbys 2 years ago, I try to make it exclusive, where, you know, you have to sign up for my Patreon to get this specific Kirby or plushie. So I don't want to make the exact same Kirby with the same fabric, but I think I'll make another rainbow-like Kirby for my Pride event. All that to say, I will be making a Pride Kirby, but it won't be for my Patreon. But if you're interested, I will I'll let you guys know when I have them up on my shop. So good thing your machine isn't too loud. Mine Singer brand is too loud. I do get a lot of compliments that this machine is really quiet. And it's the Brother. All my machines are Brother. I don't do it on purpose, but I do like Brother machines. So I'm not opposed to them. Okay, so here's the tail we're working with. And honestly, it's still giving the crease. Maybe, I mean, I guess I could sew it closed like that. But then it's going to be like sitting down like that. Do you feel like that's too much? Like now it just looks like almost like an ice cream cone or like an appendage of some kind. I don't know, because I'm still getting kind of a crease. Maybe if I stuff it, maybe that's, you need to stuff it more. And then I do have a hole at the bottom that is kind of gonna be, I'm gonna have to like do surgery to keep it closed. I thought that this might be better, but honestly, the other one might be better. Because it's almost like its tail is too far down. I mean, they're still, I'm going to put them against my shirt so it's black. They're still at the same angle if I keep it like that. But there's like that hole. I don't know if you guys can see. Because this didn't extend all the way there, now I have a hole there. And I could maybe make it fit where I sew this closed and then sew that. Let's try that. Okay, everyone that's crocheting out there, what are you making? I know Chinky is making flowers, unless they've changed. They were crocheting some flowers. Anybody else crocheting? Anybody sewing? Anybody else doing art of some kind? I do have, if you weren't here for the last couple of lives, I did open my Discord up for everyone. Anyone can join. You don't have to be a Patreon member, but I do have a Patreon specific Discord that is within that Discord. So you'll see that it's locked. And if you're like, why is this locked? It's because it's for Patreon members only. Joey said, I'm sewing. I saw that and my first thought was, no, you're not. Stop joking, you jokester. And then I realized, no, you are sewing. Which is funny. Did you ever think, love, that you would be sewing with me? Like, but it's not for me. You're sewing for someone else while watching me sew. I'm cutting some foam pieces for cosplay with my Cricut. Ooh, how is that going? Like, is it pretty thick foam? I've never tried to cut foam on my Cricut, which I do have an old Cricut. I don't even know if mine could do that. But like, are you cutting like smaller like craft foam? Or are you trying to cut like Warbler? My feet hurt, lol. I'm sorry. Are you still really tired? Still really sleepy? Yeah, I would hate standing all day. Honestly. Because when I used to have to stand for Disney, it was not fun. It's not working, guys. I'm not feeling it. Like, I want to finish it, and then I can keep this one for myself, but honestly, I kind of just want to cut this off and then sew this down. We just tuck it inside, how about that? Just like... Now it's gone. But I actually want to take that stuffing out so it'll fit a little better. The thickness it can handle is 2 millimeters. It works for regular foam or EVA foam as long as it's 2 millimeters. Okay, I had to change the setting to trick it into using a knife blade, but it works with that. Okay, nice. Good to know. I've tried to cut felt before. Other than like paper, the only other thing I tried to cut on my Cricut was felt. And it did not go good. But I've seen where people do I just watched Eclectic Scribbles do it. Oh, they use iron on adhesive, kind of like a heat and bond. I think I tried that one time. It still didn't work really for what I needed it to. I was trying to make felt doll dresses where you could, it was kind of for like a quiet book where you give it to kids and it's like a quiet thing for them to use like in church or something. And I had like a little doll felt that's in a book, and then you can pick different outfits to put on it. That's what I was trying to use it for, but then it didn't go as well as I wanted, and I kind of just got frustrated and gave up on it. It was a gift from my nieces. But yeah, that's the only thing I've tried to use. Hello, hi Semi. A bit late, had to make lunch. Had to make a late lunch. No problem. Thanks for joining. Did you have a good lunch? Michelle said, I've tried and failed with felt too. That's the main reason I bought it. I couldn't get it to work, but I want to try again. Yeah, I think that as long as you're not doing anything crazy detailed, Heat and Bond seem to work for some things. I watched Eclectic Scribbles. If you haven't watched her, she does crochet stuff, but she makes little felt eyes for some of her crochet plushies. And I think she was getting it to work. I think I also try to use the felt that has the sticky on the back, because that's usually a little bit thicker. But then it would just peel off the sticky, so don't recommend that. All right, we gave that Boo surgery. Boo. And I think we're just gonna go with this. It's gonna have a line, but I do think it needs a tail, and that seemed to be the best way. So now what we're gonna do is make I can make tongues in my embroidery software. It wouldn't take long. And then like I should be able to fit all like 10 or 8 of them, however many I need, on one thing. And then while I'm cutting and finishing those, I can make the eyes and stuff. But also I could do this on my embroidery machine too, like where I just make it cut triangles. But we'll do tongues first. Let's make some tongues, guys. Semi is currently eating lunch, but yes, it's cut off. It's great. How have you been this week? Good. We're doing good so far. Working on these Patreon Kirbys. Hopefully we'll go out this week. Oh wait, I said before I need to make, so I'm gonna come over here to my embroidery machine, or my computer, so you see half of my head right now. I'll try to scoot over here a little bit. Shouldn't take too long. Make a new design. Oh my gosh, sorry if you guys heard that. Dadgum, I popped my neck. And it was a lot louder than I thought. I felt it in my brain. Okay, I make a rectangle that is 5.9 by 6.9. I said that wrong. Should be 4.9. And then we're just gonna make a little tongue shape. Digitize open shape. Looks good. I'm gonna reshape it a little bit. And then I need to double check my measurements, but I think I said it was 1.5 long and 1.25 wide. Like, if somebody would have told me before that I could use my embroidery machines to make like all these little pieces that I have to sew and cut out, I feel like I would have gotten this embroidery software so much sooner. But honestly, I would have needed somebody to just be like, listen, this embroidery software is not hard to learn, because that was my biggest fear, is like, I'm not gonna know how to do it. I'm gonna need to take lessons. And I'm sure I could take lessons in it and I would know so much more about how to use things, but for what I needed to do, it's so great. Okay, width 1.25, height 1.5. Oh, Obi is wanting back in. He has done barking at the lawnmower. And he is scratching at the door. Where's my text notification? I deleted Instagram again. I'm sorry, I didn't even post on Instagram. I have a Discord now, Tia. You should join. So I alert everyone in my Discord. But I was gonna make an Instagram and I forgot. Let me do that now. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and let Obi in. Obi, did you say hi to Tia? Come say hi. Come say hi. Where's Tia? Let's say hi to her. Where is she? You see her up there? He thinks there's something on the wall. You see her up there? Now Ridley is focused. Don't step on my sewing machine. Foot pedal, not. You can't step on my sewing machine. He has failed the quest. You failed. You're supposed to find her. Are you guys tired from running around? Look at him. He's a happy boy. He is a happy boy. They're all happy. They've been barking at the people mowing. So, they're so excited. Alright, you guys can stare at Obi's side of his head. Oh, no, he's leaving. Just kidding. Let's see how many tongues we can fit in this box. Hi, baby. Let's see. I mean, we need like 8 max. So if it comes out being like 12, then maybe we go down to a smaller hoop size, but we'll see. And now we have 6. I think we might be able to get 9. Might be able to get 12. Shirley sent an OB emoji. Semi says, be right back, it's time to make tea. Ooh, tea sounds so good. Can't stay long, I'm going to the dentist. When are you not going to the dentist? Unfortunately. Tia and I are gonna go climbing. Is it called bouldering? Technically, because it's not like rock climbing. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but I feel like the more technical term is bouldering, right? Or is that too professional? Should I call it rock climbing? Because I'm not experienced. But all I know is I'm going to be sore, and I'm going to go play Top Golf with my family 2 days later. And you know, that's when like the soreness really hits you. Is once you've slept like a full day on it. So I'm a little worried. Like, I'm not going to be able to swing a golf club. I don't know. It's my second home. Bouldering is right. Not gonna lie. I pulled my shoulder. Oh no! I mean, if you don't want to, we don't have to. We can go get coffee. We can go hang out around town. And then go get ramen. I would not be upset. We'll just call this tongues. Stop talking in codes. Stop talking in codes. I don't know why I thought of codes instead of tongues. D&D mixed with Ellie Goulding. Is that how you say her name? Stop talking in tongues. Okay, let's save. Is this the right USB? Yes. Export our tongues file. I meant to text you the other day and tell you to start doing push-ups, and the ramen place doesn't open till 5, but they have pho here, and also Wade is trying to get me to watch Jesslyn on Thursday. We can reschedule if you want. Maybe I'll be in more shape. So whatever works for you. My schedule is flexible. My brother Alex was also like, I was thinking, he's got a new girlfriend. And he's like, I was thinking we might go putt-putt golfing on Thursday if you and Joey want to go. So, but I did tell him, I was like, I have plans with Tia. Otherwise, I'd go. But I can change. Or, Joey and I are coming up Saturday. I don't know. I didn't look at your calendar for Saturday. But we could come. We go to Topgolf and then we go to the ramen place and hang out for a bit. And then I don't have to come to Louisville twice. Do, do. Do, do, do. Okay, got this ready. You're in shape now, you got it. You're funny. If I did 10 push-ups today, I would be so sore. Like, I used to be in better shape, and that's how I know I'm not in as good of a shape as I was, because if I did 10 push-ups today, my arms would be noodles tomorrow. But I used to be able to do I was doing 10 push-ups a day, or like I would increase it for a little while, and I did it for a while there, but I got out of the habit of it. I'm waiting to hear back from him. He said he would call me in an hour. They have a putt-putt place in Louisville. Yeah, I almost said you could stay here Friday and then just exist here till Saturday. LOL. Yeah, I think because Joey was off on Friday, I was like, yeah, I'll come back. But I think that maybe we had something Friday. Honestly, I can't remember. I'm new to your channel, but have been watching your vlogs as inspo for the past few weeks. I love your work and attitude. I'm happy to catch a stream. Oh, hi, Bunya. Is that a good way, or call you Bun? You let me know. I'll try to remember. But thank you. I'm so glad that you like my channel. I'm so glad you caught a stream. Vlogs is inspo. So what? Do you sew too, or you do Artist Alley, or do you crochet? Because I got a lot of people here that crochet, and not gonna lie, a lot of people that I watch on YouTube are people that crochet, and I don't crochet. So I do think it's very funny that the overlapping, like, I watch a lot of people that crochet, and a lot of people that crochet watch me. But it's not like I seek out other sewing artists to sew. But I also feel like I don't get to, I don't find a lot of people that sew to like watch them or watch their vlogs. Like a lot of the people that I watch vlogs are people that make stickers and prints and keychains, like Lay Spirit Designs and Bailey J and shoot, why am I blanking? Lelaine. And what's the Peppercut? But she also has another name. I have a print of hers in my house. It's something with an L. It's not, because there's Lelaine and then there's not Lillian. I'll think of it in a minute. Okay, bye, baby. I'll text you when I know what's up with Jesselyn and if I have to play babysitter. I'm going to the dentist. Peace. Bye, Tia. Have fun at the dentist. Bunya or bun is fine. I don't sew or crochet, but I draw and make things like charms, prints, and stickers to sell online. Trying to get into AAs this year for the first time. That's awesome! But watching your videos is really calming despite the different medium I'm not familiar with. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Hopefully, I'm answering all your AA questions that you could think of. And if there's any that I missed, please let me know. Feel free to ask them now or on any of my videos. Usually when I get a downtime from conventions, I usually try to make some informational videos on that. But yeah, I do the same thing where I watch other people make. I think it's kind of fun and it's kind of refreshing to watch people that don't make the same thing as you. Because then it's also like you can pull inspo from those people, but you don't feel like you're copying them because you're doing it in a different medium, you know? Like, you might see that, oh, my Kirbys sell pretty well or my Appas sell good. And you're like, I should make some Appa or Kirby merch. But you're not, because you're using a different medium, you're going to be making it differently than me. So it's kind of like you're working your brain, but not, you have to think about it in a different way because you're using a different medium. Like, how am I going to make this? I'm so happy you're here, Bun. Welcome. So glad you could come hang out. I go live every Tuesday and usually from 2 Eastern time to 6 Eastern time, I think. I'm on Central time, but it's usually easier for me to say Eastern. And right now we're working on Boo plushies. I do a Kirby of the month, and this is the Kirby of the month, even though it's like a Boo plushie, but it's Kirby shaped. round boy shaped, as Michelle said. Round boy club. Usually he was sitting pretty good right here. Oh, it's so cute. I love the tongue. LOL. Thank you. Yeah, that's what we're working on right now. I have actually tongues being embroidered on the machine. And then I'm going to, I think, make the little like tail piece. I think I'm going to try to make this on my embroidery machine too, just to save me some time. So I need to make a probably like 1 inch by 1 inch triangles in my software. So let me do that while this is stitching. Oh, I forgot I unplugged my mouse. I wish I had more USB ports on my computer. Okay, new design. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna talk out loud again, since you also can't see my whole body. I'm making a square so that I know the parameters of where I can put these triangles now that we're doing. 5 by, no, it's 36. Man, now I messed up my whole square. Okay. 5 by 7, yes. Okay, so here's what the tongues look like. Just a bunch of tongues. And I'll cut these out. This might be the right size. They might be a little bit wider. They do look a little wide. So let me set those there. And just make some little triangles real quick. Digitize. Open shape. And going to be 1 inch. Let me double check that. I feel like 1 inch is good. But if I'm thinking a seam allowance, actually, might need to be like 1 inch and a quarter. Or even 1.5 inches. I think I'm going to go 1.5 inches. I don't know where all my rulers went. I honestly want to make something like, or I could probably get something like a sticker that is accurate measurements, but is like on this table. Or what if I painted this? What if I painted the desk and it had an accurate ruler? I think that would be so helpful in my life. Julian Doodles, yes! Thank you, Chinky. Yeah, Peppercut. Julian. I was thinking the Lillian, but I forgot the Jewel before. Julian, yes! She's super nice. I met her a few times. I met her at MegaCon and met her at KatsuCon this year. And I also have met Lelaine. I think I've only met Lelaine once, but I've chatted with her on social media a few times. The other artist that I really want to meet, that I watch a lot of their videos, is Lay Spirit. I believe, isn't her name Ashley? I think that's her name. I really want to meet her in person, but she's all the way in California, so it'll be a while. I did see that she went to one in Vegas, and my friends Nella and Pendragon Napa, if you know them. They were at the same convention. So I was like, oh, that I know that person and they know this person, so it's basically like we almost know each other. Okay, so I have this ready. Let me duplicate these triangles. Oh yeah, and I was gonna make them 1.5. And we'll do like however many, I think 12 of these as well. I think that's how many I was getting. Who else do you guys watch on YouTube? I'm like all caught up on the people that I usually watch. So I'm always down to add more people. I love watching May Yang videos. May's videos are the best. And then I watch Eclectic Scribbles. I used to watch Ugly Plants. Honestly, they were some of the first YouTubers that I watched, but they haven't posted anything in a while. And I know that they were taking a step back. I think the last one that she posted was that they were taking a step back from Artist Alley, and then they were like rethinking the decision to step back from Artist Alley. 6'9", one more. And Mulcana, that's a good one for Artist Alley tips for sure. But I just already assume that everyone watches her videos. Got tea. Yummy. I watch so many amazing artists, right? There's like, I know that I'm missing a whole lot. So I got this tea. I love boba tea. I used to just love fruit teas with the popping boba, but I've really started to like milk tea more too. And I found this fruit tea at Walmart. I'll go grab it at some point and show it to you guys. And I was like debating on getting it because it was like $8 for 4. And I was like, that's kind of expensive. And I mean, it's a pretty good, it's like a regular size cup of boba that you would get at the little kiosk thing or like the store or whatever. But it had boba inside of it too. So I was like, oh, that's really interesting. It's actually like it's advertised as a boba drink. It was in the soft drink aisle for us at Walmart. And Joey was like, get it, just try it. So he convinced me to get it. And it's okay. If I had to describe it, it reminds me of a canned tea, like maybe the Mango Arizona, or well, it's not even a tea, but it reminds me of Mango Arizona in a can. And it has boba in it, but the boba has been sitting in this, so it's kind of grimy, to be honest. The boba is grimy, and boba is my favorite part of fruit tea. And like oh my gosh, the dogs are going crazy, but I didn't even eat the boba because it was grimy and I didn't like it. I know what you're talking about. It was expensive. I looked at it, the back at them, and some of them had like mold in it. No! It was a pass. Oh no. Yes, that one. Oh, I've seen these at Costco. Oh, these don't have mold that I can see. And I didn't die from the last one, so I'll probably drink these because I don't want to be wasteful. And like I said, I didn't die. But I definitely won't be buying these again. The contents is green tea though. Brew green tea is the first. Boba bubbles. All the other, crazy words. Nothing like terrible like I've heard of these before. They're probably not the best. But yeah, unfortunately I don't recommend this kind. I'm glad that I didn't buy these from Costco if Costco has them, because I'd probably get a box of like at least 12 and I would have been sad. So yeah, pass on these or try them and double check. But they also had this is mango passion fruit. They had what's another popular, like maybe a strawberry, but mango is my go-to. Mango and passion fruit or dragon fruit. Those are my go-to flavors if I'm getting tea flavored things, or peach. But yeah, I was kind of sad, so I'll just be hitting up my boba place that I like close by and giving them my $8 instead of Walmart. But then I like Celsius peach mango green tea. Energy drinks. Hold on, I saw. Boo! Stop it. I saw Bun said something. Oh, Drawn by Ivy. Yes, I watched Drawn by Ivy too. Semi. Yeah, I saw that you posted this. The dogs are like, I can't think. I sometimes just click on my feed and there's 10 videos and I need to watch all 5 at once. Yes, that's how I feel when I've been off YouTube for a few days. I love boba. Yeah, I'm glad that mine don't have mold in them that I know of. There's a brand I miss so much from England, and it was the best boba ever. You can make them by yourself. I think I've seen, can you make the popping boba? I've seen where you make the tapioca ones, and I used to hate tapioca boba, but I actually really like them now, and I actually got honey tapioca boba, because usually they do like the brown sugar. These ones that I got was honey flavored, and they were really good. But we watched videos. We would really like to open up a coffee or boba shop, and then I sell like kawaii merch, or like I wouldn't be able to do copyrighted stuff to sell, but I would like to have my own embroidery kind of shop, but also like there's a manga library that you can come and like read and drink boba or coffee or play games. I would like to do that kind of thing. Andrew said, hey, hi Andrew, welcome. I've heard Trader Joe's boba is actually pretty okay if you don't have a Asian grocer near you, and if you like fruity ones, you can mix their kit with fruit tea. Ooh, yeah, I keep wanting to go to some kind of Asian market because one of my artist friends recommend getting the like packaged. They're like ramen, but there's also different stuff. Sometimes it's like a stir fry, and it has like a heating element where you just add water and then it gets hot. And it's basically you have like a hot meal right there at your booth. But I think the closest one that I know of is an hour away, or maybe like 45 minutes, and I haven't gone. But I also didn't think about looking for boba there either. That's a good idea. All you need is a fave tea, like green or jasmine. Whoops. Tea, and get like passion fruit syrup and mix it with ice. Yeah, that sounds good. I did think about that. There's a little like restaurant here that has like a drive-through, and recently I asked them if they had boba, which they put in a different drink, but I was like, can you make a sweet tea with peach syrup and put your peach boba? And they did, and it's really good. But I could just make that at home. I know that you can buy boba, like the popping boba. You can get it like shipped to you. Joey said popping took skill. Yeah, the video that we watched on popping boba was like science. Like they made this science chemical reaction, and then they had to like use a dropper to make them with the liquid inside and the outside like popping. Like yeah, that was a lot of skill to make popping boba. Moonshine, hey, I'm new here. How's everyone doing? Hi Moonshine, welcome. I think we're all doing good. So far, so good. We're working on little Boo plushies. These are for my Patreon peeps. Kirby of the month inspired, but it's Boo. And right now I'm working on some little tails. This part on my embroidery software, which I'm almost done. I just have to duplicate and repeat all of them. But chat was blowing up there for a minute. We were talking about boba. I had to catch up. Any information anyone's got on boba, I'm here for it. Okay, file. Save as. This is. We'll just. Tail triangles. I should really just label these what they are, because I'm gonna be like, I wonder what tail triangles are, and I'm never gonna be able to find it in my embroidery files. Do you guys hear that on my computer when it goes voodoo? Because supposedly my desktop audio is supposed to be coming through, but I never thought about like, can you guys hear when I'm removing my flash drive? Save. How are you doing, Moonshine? Good? Are you doing good? I was looking at your profile picture. I was trying to see if it was a pony or if it's just a cute little animated thing. Bun's profile picture is cute too. I can hear it, but I don't really mind. Okay, good. It shouldn't happen too often, just like the few times when I'm removing my flash drive. And that, like, it should happen one more time when I plug in my mouse, and then that should be it, hopefully. But I'm glad it doesn't bother you guys. Okay, that should be good to go. I wish I liked boba because the tea is good, but I hate the tapioca ones. Yeah, that used to be me. But I've always loved the popping ones. I used to get them on my Froyo. When I would go get frozen yogurt, and I really loved that. I would load it up. But I never liked tapioca because it made me think of fish eggs. But I guess now, or at least this place that I go to, I do like theirs. And the only reason I got it is because they didn't have fruit tea yet. So I had to get milk tea, and I drove like 30 minutes to go get it. So I was like, I'm getting something. And maybe because their tapioca things are so, they're like bigger, or they come in clusters. I don't know. It actually sounds more gross than like if you like had little small ones. But that's the only thing I can think of why I've liked it. Or just maybe my taste buds have changed, or my texture taste buds. So I did a thing. Oh, what'd you do, Semi? I applied for Ocean City, right? Comic-Con, is that the one? For that 1% chance to get in. Do you remember how much the booth fee was? So when I did it back in, that would have been like 2021 and 2022, but I only did it for like 2021. I think it was 150, but that was when it was only one day. I think that they've moved it to 2 days now, right? But I would say it's probably less than 200. Oh, they're right there. Okay, guys, I thought I lost. my file that I just made, but they're right here. I feel like froyo toppings are better than the actual froyo sometimes. Oh, for sure. Yes, I haven't been in a while. I used to love going to froyo, but you know how they do it by weight? I get a cup this big. I get this much ice cream and then this much toppings. And when I get toppings, I get a whole bunch, but I get, like, if they have Oreos, I get the ones that are just crumbs, just a little dusting. So I just sprinkle with a dusting of Oreos, dusting of Butterfingers. And the heaviest part is probably the boba, because I get like those scoops of the boba on there. And then little bitty chunks of strawberries. So when COVID happened and they like opened that back up and, you know, they put it all behind screens and like plexiglass and they scooped it for you, hated it. I haven't been to a froyo place since, probably because lots of them hadn't switched back over where you can get it yourself. And I have a special way that I want to get my froyo. I don't want somebody else doing it. And you can ask Joey. The one time that I went with him, I was like, can I put my toppings on? And they're like, no, we have to do it. And even the like pumps of syrup, I was like, I just want a little bit of peanut butter, just a little bit of hot fudge. And she was like, psh, psh. I was like, no. Like, I still like the taste of it, but like my froyo is gonna come out to be $10 because of all these toppings. Joey said, I don't like chewing my drink. I know you don't. But I do. I chew my drinks anyways. I don't know what that's about. But I chew my water just to make sure, I guess, that there's nothing in there that's not water. It's 2 days starting this year. Thank you. What is froyo? Like frozen yogurt, the big thing that they did instead of ice cream with a lot of sugars, they started doing frozen yogurt. And usually with frozen yogurt places, they do like just by weight and just a bunch of toppings. So it's more like ice cream that you can put a whole bunch of toppings on that's supposed to be healthier than ice cream. I agree with Joey, LOL, I don't want to chew a drink. A lot of people are that way. I think my sister-in-law also says that, because maybe it's something in my family, because my brother and I really love pulp in our like orange juice or drinks. Like, we really like the pulp. And she is like, no, I do not like pulp whatsoever. Joey doesn't like pulp either. So I don't know if it's something in our family where I don't think we grew up on drinking pulp orange juice. I mean, I'm sure we got it occasionally. But yeah, I do like extra pulpy orange juice. And I like milkshakes with chunks in them and all that good stuff. I need texture contrast in everything I consume. Maybe that's what it is. That's a good way to put it. Texture contrast, because I do love, there's not a lot of textures that I hate, but I do love specific things because of the texture they are. Like mochi, love that squishy, like I love popping boba, that texture that's like just like a cloud or a booby, whichever one you want to think of it as. Just the softness and squishy. And let's see what else. Hi Rid, you're pushing on the mic, bud. Oh my gosh. But like, I don't like soggy cereal. I feel like that's a big contrast, right? Like, you want crunchy in your milk, I guess. But like, I don't think a lot of people like soggy cereal. But yeah, in my ice cream, I want chunky ice cream or like bits of my ice cream. Like, I love blizzards. And maybe that's why I don't like Frosties. Or, I mean, I know that's why I don't like Frosties. Okay, off. Is because there's nothing in it. It's just frozen chocolate milk. Team Chew Drink. Yeah, Black Cat joined the team. I think if you are picky about texture in your food, you hate that sort of thing. I hate pulp and orange juice. I don't even like crunchy peanut butter, lol. I want a consistent texture. Yeah, I don't like, so I'm weird about like nuts and stuff. I don't like crunchy peanut butter. I actually haven't tried it again lately though. Maybe I would, but I don't like, so you know when you like candy bars with nuts in them, the nuts stay behind when you eat all your chocolate. So then you just have nuts in your teeth. I don't like that. But if it's like a Snickers or something with caramel, where the caramel is also getting stuck in your teeth, it doesn't bother me. So I'm weird like that, where I'll eat a Snickers, but like Hershey bar with almonds or peanut M&Ms, no, I don't like it. I like peanut butter M&Ms, and I like peanuts. I like nuts. I like pecans. Like I'll eat just nuts by themselves, but I just don't want them in things. I don't want it in my brownies. Don't want it in my cake. Okay, I'm getting distracted because I want to just chit chat, but I need to have my embroidery machine going while I'm doing this. Oh my gosh, if you love mochi, if you're ever in LA for a con or anything, visit That is so hard. I don't even know. Fugestu? Estudu? They're a local mochi business that's been around Little Tokyo for I think more than 100 years. Oh wow. Semi prefers cereal soggier. You do you, Semi. No, just kidding. Well, it's good to know that some people do prefer that, because I was like, does anybody prefer their cereal soggy? Joey is a big texture person. He is very particular on textured things. I got him a cookbook, that one by I think it's Joshua. He's on YouTube, and he made a whole book about textured foods. We tried to do the French fries one time, but we were supposed to like spin the potatoes. We're supposed to spend the night in the refrigerator for overnight. And we didn't do that because we didn't plan ahead. We were like, yeah, let's make French fries. And then it's like, cut up your French fries and leave them in the fridge for 24 hours. So I think if we did that, they probably would have been better, but they weren't too bad. I see what he was going for, the texture aspect of it. All right, let me get the embroidery face going, because right now, oh my gosh. Yeah, the mail still hasn't come, so I need to go get my packages out of the mailbox. But yeah, I have two boos faces embroidered, and this only does 3 a piece. If it does 3, the last one only did 2 because my bobbin ran out. Oh my gosh, Obi. Like, I don't know how he's barking because the front window is like closed and covered. So he's just like, he hears them outside and he's just randomly barking. Go lay down. Obi. Thank you. Have you settled into your new place now, or do you still have a lot to do? I would say we're pretty settled. Oh, dang it. I just put black in and I meant to put red. Yeah, I think we're pretty settled. We definitely still need to decorate. But we've kind of been trying to save money and not do any major decorating. So I would still love to get some more frames for our pictures. And like, we don't even have any pictures from our wedding hung up because I want to get like a canvas printed, and that takes money. Joey said I broke another TV. Yeah, we've not had a lot of success with TVs. But we were able to return it and it was okay. But not a fun time. What did I do with my scissors? Oh no. Yeah. It was a struggle. But everything's fine. We got it returned. But yeah, that's so the next thing we want to do is we have like a carport, and I would like to have that turned into like enclosed, but not into a garage. I would like that to be my sewing room, and then add another like carport or garage on the other end of it, because we have a lot of land, but it's only like a 2-bedroom. So if we have like kids or something, we kind of either we lose our gaming room or we build on. So we're kind of like leaning on the let's build on aspect. And then I'll take the bigger area for a sewing room. And the kids can have a room whenever they come. And we don't have a guest room either, so it would kind of be a guest room too. You have fuzzies in your eye. Get that out. Get that out. You got fuzzies in your eye. But you're gonna have to get down, bud, because I can't do anything with you here. Have kisses? Wait. Have kisses? Stop it. Have kisses? Kisses? No? You can't get in my lap. No. Thank you. Okay, all done. All done, buddy. You're gonna stop it. You're gonna punch the mic. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, we're pretty settled in. We're working on a garden right now. Like, my mom has a lot of stuff growing in her garden, and she gives us different things. She gave us some tomato plants. She gave us some strawberries. She gave us some blackberries, but Daisy ripped that out of the yard. What a cutie. He is a cutie, and all he wants is just love and affection. But he will never get enough love and affection. There's not enough in this world. Bethany, are you here? What is this about 21 Pilots in Bowling Green? Or is this just like they're releasing certain albums in Bowling Green? What's this? Alright, I'm about to put these dogs outside. I don't know if you guys can hear them, because I'm sure my machine is louder than them right now, but I'm tired of it. Dug up. I don't even know. Must be a dog back there. Nope, no idea what they're after. No dog, no cat. That's the other thing is, I want to get a doggy door for these crazies. These dogs. Snakes? Where? I hope not. I hope not. There weren't snakes. My brother found snakes in his yard, and he sent a picture to the family group chat. All right, now we're cutting out these little tails for Boo. You can sit back up here again. If he'll stay. I had so many people talk to me because I was handing out my little axolotl, and I usually have a lot of people that talk to me about axolotls, but this time it was more, I think, because I had axolotl coloring book things, and people always tell me how like axolotls are pretty easy to take care of. At least that's what they've told me. And then as long as you like give them the tank and environment that they like and need, they're pretty chill. And like, do I get an axolotl? But I don't think I ever would, because we have these 3 big dogs. I would feel bad for the little guy in a tank, because like our dogs are rowdy, they're crazy. But I also really love pets that I can like cuddle and hold, and they can show me affection. Because I'm like, if they don't show me affection, then I'm like, they hate me. So like, how do I know that the little axolotl guy will like love me and want me to be its owner? Because I feel like that's one of the types of animals that I'm like, they would probably be happier somewhere other than this tank. But like dogs, they're always so happy and loyal. I would love to have a lizard. That would be fun. I think my brothers had a lizard one time. I know for sure they had a snake at some point when I was younger. What kind of lizard would you like? Is there a specific type? Even if you say a lizard, I don't know if I would know that type. So feel free to be like, a so-and-so lizard. It looks like this with black stripes. Because I don't know my breeds of lizards. But someone did say that they had a green axolotl. I didn't even know you could have green axolotls. But that's one of my favorite things, is when people show me their axolotls. Because like, I have a little green axolotl character, Mint Chip. But I just kind of went through the colors of the rainbow, and then someone was like, oh my gosh, this looks like our axolotl at home, it's green. I was like, what? They actually have green ones? I'm hoping my machine's not too loud. Try to scoot away from it for a little bit. Turn these bad boys inside out. I made the arms before I went into the shop this morning, because I knew I wouldn't have anything to really work on, so I had my embroidery machine embroider them, and then I cut them out and slipped them and stuffed them while I was there. So it's one less thing I have to do for these guys. And right now, what's embroidering right now is their mouths. They're like faces, I guess, just face in general. It's the mouth, teeth, eyes, and eyebrows. So I guess the one thing that's different about this compared to like Boo pictures is the eyes are longer because that's what my Kirby eyes are. So that'll differentiate between Boo and Kirby Boo. Kirboo. But I used, so this the embroidery that's just the eyes with the cheeks, that actually I made that for dongos, and that's what started the whole thing. Is like somebody was like, oh my gosh, this would be like such a cute little Kirby plush if you just put arms and feet on them. And I was like, that's a great idea. I love Kirby. So then I'm like, let's make all the Kirbys of the rainbow. But actually I just made the Kirbys that were in Super Smash Brothers. That was my starting. So here's the little tails. I think we have 12. Yeah. And then actually it was my friend Bree from Easy Breezy Draws that was like, oh my gosh, what if you did a new Kirby every month? Because like when I first started my Patreon, I did Kirby, the Galaxy Kirby, and I didn't know what I was going to do the next month. And Bree was like, what if you just do a different Kirby? And I'm like, do you think people would want a new Kirby every month? And they're like, people go pretty crazy for Kirby. They, you know, there's a good Kirby following. So I was like, well, I might as well do it until no one's interested. So far, we're still going strong. Alright, these are the tongues. A gecko or bearded dragon? I love the crazy colors they have. Okay, I know those breeds. But bearded dragons are big, right? Like they... I mean, I'm thinking of a kimono dragon, the biggest ones I was thinking, but like bearded dragons... I mean, they get pretty chunky, don't they? You make them so well and so creative. Thank you! I try. I think it's easier to have a theme. I wasn't planning on having a theme this year, but it's kind of turned into just Nintendo characters. So that's what I'm going to stick with. So when I run out of Nintendo characters or when I get done with this year, I don't know what I'm going to do next year. But as of right now, it's a little bit easier to come up with stuff when I'm doing specifically Nintendo themed. So like maybe next year I will do animal theme if everyone's still on board for Kirby's. And there's a few people that have all of them. I know one person specifically is my friend Brittany. She has every single Kirby that I've made so far. But I feel like, and maybe I should try to focus more on my Patreon because I do feel like I could push it more. But I don't know, like I know I could make some more TikToks and that would like get more traction, but I'm also kind of like, I don't want to get overwhelmed. Like sometimes when I have to make just 10 Kirbys, I'm like, this is a lot. And mostly it's just the repetitiveness of like making the same thing. It gets tiring after a while, so like I feel like I think the most that I got was 15, and that was a lot. I think it was for my B Kirby. And I still would like to make a giant B Kirby plush. I still would one day like to make 100 Kirbys, but I don't know, like now I'm like, Kirbys have kind of died down a little bit, I think, because the game, they were really popular when the newest game released, and then now I feel like it's died down a little bit, but like I tried to make that goal and I think I got to 70 and I was like, oh, this is a lot. As big as the Appa? I don't know if it'd be that big. That would be really big. But I would like to make one at least, I think, like this big. That way I could do the stripes on it a little bit easier because I was using Tuffy paint because it was so small. But I would like to do bigger, that way I can actually use like fabric for the stripes. And I think it would make it look a lot cleaner. But no, I want to make an even bigger Appa. But I don't, it would take so much stuffing and I don't know where I would put it. Like if nobody bought it, one, don't know how I'm going to ship it. Two, if nobody bought it, I don't have any room here. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I do feel like, unfortunately, I'll eventually have to raise my Patreon, like, Kirby of the Month. Right now it's $20. And that's what I sell for my, that's what I sell my Kirbys at for conventions. But you're also getting a sticker, and that's including shipping. So, like, really, you're paying, let's say, $10 for the plushie, $3 for the sticker, or maybe not, you don't even have to say that much for a sticker. So let's say like $12 for the plushie, $3 for the sticker, and then $5 for shipping. So I'm probably not getting the time-wise, I'm probably not getting the money for it, but like in the long run, having that, like knowing that I'm gonna have that income every month is kind of, it kind of balances it. But if shipping continues to go up like it does, like it usually goes up every year, if it eventually gets too much where it becomes more than $5, or sometimes I tried to find a balance, like if I'm shipping to someone in California, it's like over $5, but if I'm shipping to someone in like Ohio, it's like $3, almost $4. So that's why I usually average $5 for shipping in my head. But yeah, I'm gonna be sad when it comes to the point where I like have to raise, if Patreon is still doing its thing. All right, we almost have all these tongues cut out, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip them, and then when I flip them inside out, I'm gonna sew on the sewing machine just a line down the middle, and that kind of just gives it that tongue look. And these faces are almost done, so that'll be 3 more Kirbys, and that'll be 5 total. Shipping here is crazy. I tried to send a package to England and it was $300. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know if you were here before when I was talking about trying to ship just a Team Aqua bandana. Like it weighs 3 ounces maybe, and shipping it to the UK was $20. And I definitely undercharged that person. But I mean, they already paid. I'm not gonna, you know, be like, actually, like that's my own fault for not checking beforehand. But yeah, that's it. I think that's why I don't do a lot of international shipping, and I know that's why a lot of other people don't do international shipping, because it's just so much to just ship there. And then you run into the problem with customs. Like, is this item even gonna make it? Am I gonna see it again? If it doesn't, will it come back to me? Who knows? That's crazy. How like heavy was the package? Like, was it super heavy and super big, or it was just shipping's that crazy? All right, so straight line, easy peasy. There's a little tongue. 5 pounds? Oh my gosh, that's not even that much. I mean, that's like heavier than anything I really ship, but like still I'm like, it's like 15-pound box or something. Like, what? Crazy. Yeah, I've had a few packages that I shipped internationally, and they just randomly would come back to me. And I thought that the customers would have like said something like I never got my package, but sometimes they never like reach back out to me. I'm like, do you just have all the money in the world and you don't care that you didn't get your package, or did you forget that you ordered it, or do you just kind of like know that customs is like crazy like that and just kind of like cut your losses? It takes that long to just forget. Yeah. Sometimes like when I used to do a lot of shipping internationally, I would be like, allowed 2 to 3 weeks to get your package. Because yeah, to some places it's crazy. Sometimes they keep it at customs for like a week. But I do like double check with anyone that's like, hi, do you do international shipping? I'm like, I can, and this is only on my Etsy, but I'm like, I can do international shipping, but just so you're aware, double check with your customs, make sure that they allow my product, because if it doesn't make its way back to me, or gets lost, like I can't refund you the order unless like they refund me for losing the item. And most people are like okay with that. They're like, I understand, and usually it makes it. But I just usually make people aware, because I've had packages that got lost, and then I have to wait like months to get a refund back from the postal service for losing my package, because they have to wait so long before they can declare it lost. And then that's gonna be months before I can refund the customer. So usually they're pretty understanding. This tongue is starting to come undone, so sew it up again. I had one customer, I'm thinking it was an older lady, but I could have been wrong. But they accidentally somehow ordered 2 hats, like my Scooty hats. And it wasn't like back to back or anything. It was like a couple of days. that they ordered the exact same hat. And if you order back to back, I usually notice and I'll message the person and be like, hey, did you mean to place this exact same order twice and like to the same address and everything? And usually it was like a mistake, so I just refund one of them. But this was like 2 days between. I sent out both of them because I don't look at who like buys it. I don't pay attention, I guess. I don't memorize who bought from me or the address. Sent them both out. They get both of them in, and they message me saying, you know, it wasn't even like, I'm so sorry, I bought 2 hats. If I ship one back to you, can you refund me? Like, nothing like that. I think actually they posted a review before they even like said anything. Posted a review, gave me 1 star, and said that I had charged them twice and sent them 2 hats. And now they have 2 hats that they only wanted 1. I don't know how I charged you 2 hats, but okay. So I messaged them and I was like, hey, if you want to return one of the hats, you know, send it back. I'll refund you. I wish you came and talked to me first. And, you know, I would really appreciate it if you changed your review, since, I'm willing to work with you. You just didn't message me. And they like sent it back. I got it in, gave them a refund. They never changed their review. And like, I think I reached out another time being like, hey, I hope your review, your order went through. It would mean a lot to me if you updated your review, since we got it all straightened out. And they never did. And you can find this review somewhere, I think. Yeah. And I replied with, on the comment of the Etsy thing, because Etsy will let you respond to comments. So you can respond like, just being like, thank you so much for your review, really appreciate it. But also you can comment if there was something, like if they left you a bad review, you can leave a comment. But they're like, just so you know, it's a public comment, anyone can see it, and this person can't change the review. So if you comment, they can never change it, and they have like 100 days where they can change their comment if they want. So I gave her 100 days. She never changed her comment, never seemed to have any intention of changing her comment. So I commented back on it, being like, so sorry that that you have this problem. I can see where you are upset with ordering 2 hats in the mail, because we don't have 2 heads to wear 2 hats. So I know how frustrating that can be, ordering 2 of the same hat. And like something like, so glad that we could work this out, and sending the hat and giving you a full refund for one of the hats. Like just something along that lines. It was definitely typed better, because this has been like several years since that happened. I think it was right around the time Joey and I first started dating. But I was fired up. It made me so mad. I'm like, how are you gonna get mad at me for ordering 2 of the same hat and not realizing it until they both come in the mail? And it's not like it was ready to ship out. Like, I made those hats. So it at least, and like, you didn't check your credit card or whatever you used and see that you got 2 of the exact same charges. So a lot of people were like, I would have just left the review and just not gave her a refund. But I have had that happen where I didn't give someone a refund on a product, and they went and tried to sell my It was an Appa, actually. They went and tried to sell it on Mercari. And I mean, technically, there's nothing I can do about it, but in this instant, right? That's right. In this instant, they used pictures of me on their Mercari listing. So basically, it looked like I was selling my stuff on Mercari, this handmade item, and they were selling it, I think, for just like $10 cheaper. And this was right when like my Appas were popping off, like in 2020. So people were waiting months to get Appas, like even like, yeah, months, like 2 months. And luckily, like, someone saw it and was like, hey, just wanted to make sure, like, are you selling your Appas on Mercari? Because I saw a listing and they're using your pictures, but I didn't think it was you because it's not your name or your account. And I was like, no. And I will admit, I could have handled it a better way because I did message that person on Mercari and be like, hey, you do not have permission to use my photos and you don't have permission to resell my plush, but technically if they buy a plush from me, they can do whatever they want with it. So, but yeah, I was really upset about that. Because I don't know, I've never, maybe it's because I'm an artist myself, but I've never crossed my mind to resell something that I got from somebody else that like they made. Like I have a lot of crocheted stuff that I've bought from artists, like prints, keychains, like, and I have never been like, oh, I'll just sell it. No, I feel like I'm gonna keep it forever, or I'll like give it to somebody else. I don't know. I think it's, and I mean, I don't know, but I just feel like it's kind of weird to resell someone else's art. And I don't know, maybe I don't know their financial situation. And like I know my Appas are expensive. They're a big investment. But I mean, the one thing that I could say was like, you do not have permission for my photos. Like that is straight up my face that you are posted. Okay, so we have, that's 3, 4, 5. So if I do 3 more, that should be good. As long as these 3 come out good. I did run out of pre-cut white. Excuse me. Pre-cut white fabric though, so I'm gonna have to cut. Oh my gosh, the lawn grass cutting people are gone. I can let the dogs in and they won't be insane. Maybe is the question. I'm sure Obi's already begging to come inside. Oh, so I'm doing a video. I don't know if you guys watch, like I said, I watch a lot of crochet people. And they do like what I crocheted this month. And I'm trying to do that with mine, where it's like what I made. It doesn't have to necessarily be sewing, I guess, but usually it is. So like what I sewed for May. I almost said Maple. May, April. March, April, whichever. So yeah, what I made in May. And so far I'm doing okay. I'm very bad about keeping up to date with what I've made and making a video. And it just has to be a short little, like, 30-second clip of, like, I made this and this. But I'm very forgetful, and like when 5 o'clock hits, I'm like, shut everything down. Or that's how I try to be, so I don't get burnt out. But so far it's been pretty good, and I thought it would be fun so that you guys could also see like what stuff I actually make that gets shipped out, because I think you see a lot of what I make for conventions, but you also don't see what I made for like my Etsy and my shop sales, because I make them and then I ship them out as fast as possible. Alright, so we got the other 3 set of faces left, if all goes well. And we're back to sewing the lines on the turns. Oh, I forgot to check on the dogs. I'm sure they're okay. But I do think I'm gonna get a little bowl of chippies real quick. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I drink like coffee or energy drinks, I don't know if it's something with the my body burning. We stop working. My body like burning calories or something, but it makes me really hungry. Or maybe, yeah, it's just my body trying to work real fast. So sometimes I feel like I drink, might be getting too far from me, it might be cutting out, but sometimes I feel like if I don't drink coffee in the morning, I would be less hungry. But if I drink, I'm starving. I don't know if you guys ever eat veggie straws, but I love these ranch veggie straws. I don't think I ever realized how big of a ranch flavored person I am. There's a good Mythical Morning episode on that, right? Like they have to have done ranch flavored. Because I love ranch sunflower seeds and I love ranch veggie straws. Let me take this off for a minute while I munch. Can't have my veggie straws, Daisy. Might have sewn that one too close to the edge. So, I'll try to munch quietly, but I need advice. So, Joey and I, we don't have a lot of friends here. It's mostly just my family. And then our friends are like 2 hours away at least. And I'm trying to not rekindle like high school friends, because I would say that like we're still friends. But I'm trying to like get myself back in there, because some of them like still like we're all a big group of friends, but some of them stayed really close friends and like have been talking since we got out of high school. I, on the other hand, have been living in several different states. I never saw these friends at the convention I just did, but I feel like I scared them and came on too strong, because I was like, messaged them to give them my Discord info, because I was like, that's the nerdy way to keep up with people, right? Is Discord. And the person that I messaged hasn't opened their message. And Joey's like, we're probably just busy. But I messaged them before, and they got back to me very fast. So, like, I messaged them before the convention, because I didn't know that they were going to go to it. So now I'm like, I've scared them. I've ruined the chance of us having friends. So what's your all's advice for either, like, what do I say? Do I attempt to throw some kind of gathering and invite them and see if anyone shows? Or what's your advice on finding friends in your area? Because that is the thing. Like, we play games with Bethany, and like Joey's sister and all them, like every night, at least, if we're all filling up to it. But I'm a very social butterfly, and I need social interaction, usually in person, and usually it's my family, and I love my family. But trying to explain coding and how like computer and internet things like that works to my mother was like, I need, not that I talk about coding on the daily basis, but just in general, the things that we agree and disagree on, or understand and don't understand, me and my family, it's not a level. It's like different things. So, yeah. This is why I like doing lives too. Is because I mean, I would love if you guys could chat instantly back to me, or like, you know, in person, but like I have to talk at you and I don't hear any like voices. I can read, but it satisfies my extrovert energy. It's hard to make friends. I have zero. Same. Like, I mean, I have a lot of friends. It's just we live too far away, so it's all digitally. Is that the right word? Like interactions. Yeah, or like family. And it's so hard to make plans to like even go visit Bethany. Because Bethany lives like I think it's like 3 hours, maybe over 3 hours away from me, even though I talk to her every single day. Michelle says, I think inviting people to a group thing is a good idea. If you figure out how to make friends, let me know. I've had the same friends for like 10 years. Right? And that's the thing, is I like in high school, most of my friends were guys because I was the nerdy girl, right? I was the weeb. And usually in that scenario, you get along with guys better. Even though I had a lot of friends, like I was on sports teams, I was like, I had friends that were girls. They just weren't like the ones that I would invite over to my house to hang out, because like none of them wanted to play video games like I did. Like, I wanted to go and play Sims, or like I want to play Pokemon. And usually in my school, at least, not a lot of girls wanted to do that. So it was usually guys. And the guy that I was dating in high school, because I dated him all through high school, were also in that friend group. So like when we went off to college and like we broke up, we had already moved away to like the college town. So we're already far from the people that stayed in our town. And then when we broke up, he kind of kept those friends, because for the most part, guys are gonna go with the guy, right? Doesn't that make sense? Like, and then I had one friend that was a girl that was pretty close, but we kind of like our not necessarily what we, I guess it is what we believed at the time. I was very Christian, I guess, and that is like mostly changed now. But at the time, I was like, so it kind of scared me. I have grown since then, and I will admit my flaws from that time. But I like feel like I kind of, which they've moved away too, but I feel like I kind of like ruined that friendship, and I will admit to my wrongs on that. But yeah, so then I go to college and I make a lot of friends, but of course when college is over, they have all moved away. So they're actually like, you know, I play Fortnite with them, but I get like in college, you're not gonna all move back to the same small town. You're gonna either go to where you lived, which is probably not the same small town I grew up in, or you're gonna get a job and go to like California or Florida. So now I moved back to the small town, take Joey away from his friends and his family, and I'm like, hey, let's go hang out with my family and no friends. So you get to hang out with my family that all have children except us, and go to kids' birthday parties. But hey, I have a really cool nephew who loves Fortnite and Pokemon, so that's good. I've known my best friend since 4th grade. I'm not good at making new friends, lol. I think I just get recruited by more outgoing people. Yeah, and I feel like I'm a pretty outgoing person and I'm pretty extroverted, but I do have a little bit of those introverted tendencies where I'm like, oh no, I'm being too much, I'm being too obsessive. They don't want to talk to me, or part of the, like, I have really bad FOMO, I like fear of missing out, and I'm also have a fear of getting left behind, where like they kind of like forget about me. So it kind of like goes both ways. I'm like too much of an extrovert to be like okay with getting left out, but I am also I also want to hang out. My extrovert friends make friends for me. LOL. I know, and I'm not doing a good job. So, what my plan is, I'm gonna like I don't wanna come on too strong in case I did scare them. But I'm thinking of maybe Joey and I. The other thing is, like, I don't know if we'll throw a party here, because we have these things that are very particular about who we allow in the house. Even though I think that they would be okay once they got used to people, you better not. But it would have to honestly be like one person at a time. And Ed, yes, Ed is really good. That maybe we just bring Ed here. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me finish my train of thought, and then I'll go back to another plan that I just thought of. But I could have it in my parents' basement, because their basement is kind of like an apartment, basically. It has a kitchen, it has a bathroom, and it has an open space. so we could play board games and stuff there. That's where I used to have all my high school parties, because I used to be the person that threw Halloween parties and a birthday party. And these friends that I'm talking about trying to rekennel with are ones that have come to my parents' house before for parties. So I don't feel like I should be stressing this much about it, but in my head a little bit, I'm like, they don't like me. But I could invite them to my parents' house, but then I'm like, is that weird as almost 30-year-old being like, come hang out at my parents' house? Because the other thing about our house is it's kind of like we don't have a dining room table because it's just the two of us and we don't have a good place to put it. So we're just like, no dining room table. And we just eat in our gaming room. So if we had people over to like play board games, we would have to pull out like one of those folding tables that I take to conventions and like put it in the middle of our living room. But one of the other guys that I talked to though did say that he used to do D&D nights. So from what I was understanding, he would be down to host, but I'm not gonna like, you know, push that on someone. I'm not gonna be like, hey, you wanna host a party this weekend? So, but my thought process that I just had when Joey said Ed was, my parents have a houseboat and it is becoming summer. And I know that swimming is not a big thing that nerds like to do, but it's on a lake, so you don't have to swim. Like, we could just go hang out on the houseboat, and there would be also a lot of different things that you could do. So you could swim if you wanted, you could fish, but also there's a table in there, there's like a little bar area where we can play games and we can drink and we can eat. And I think that would be a good, like, here you go, well, let's have it, you know, just for a day on the weekend, let's go hang out on a houseboat. And everyone for the most part would know where this like lake is. It'd be pretty easy to get to, so it's not like people would be nervous showing up to the wrong house. Does that make sense? So I could do that. Other thought is Joey and I used to go to bonfires at his friend's house, and we have a whole lot of space here in our backyard, and we could set up like a bonfire pit. So maybe that would be more of a little bit more in the fall, since it's starting to get warm. Maybe we do houseboat, and then when it gets colder, we can do bonfires here. And there's games, there's outdoor games you can play. We can play cornhole. Just make a D&D group. That's what I want to do. But see, I don't want to be a DM. And my DM is Bethany, and she lives 3 hours away, and she doesn't get weekends off, which most people have off. So that's the only bad thing. But you best believe the first time Bethany gets a weekend off, I'm gonna be like, Bethany, would you come and would you do like just a one-off D&D campaign for us? We have this, or she has an Avatar: The Last Airbender D&D book, I think, and we've been wanting to do it forever. And I think that would be really good for like just a one-off. If it helps, I think a lot of people feel the same. They want to hang out but don't want to seem clingy. So if you take the initiative, they'll come if they want. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. That does make me feel better. Like, if I just take the leap, and I'm sure, like, what's the worst that happens? They don't answer me back, or they say no, and then give me like a month and a half and I'll forget. So maybe I'll be miserable for like a month thinking about how they didn't want to be my friend, but give me a month. I'll be okay. The water is relaxing. Yeah, see, everyone can chill and relax. Yeah, the Avatar one sounds really cool. I do want to do it. So yeah, I think one of the other people that, because the guy that I was really like, he seemed
he seemed really into it, and I was really into it. The other two are very introverted and quiet, but that's who I messaged, was the introverted and quieter ones. So maybe that's where my mistake was. But I can't message the other person because they don't have social media. And that's why I was trying to get their Discord. But I do know another person because they told me who all they did the D&D campaign with, and I knew all of them because that's my old friends. And so what I could do is message one of the other people, and then maybe if they don't contact, they won't be like, oh my gosh, Megan reached out to you too. She seems so clingy. Not that they would say that, but that is the thoughts that are in my head. What's the one sound that's going around? Like, I don't want to do it, but the parasite tells me to. It's like, I don't want to think that, but the parasite in my mind tells me to think that way. I thought Ridley just ate thread that I was trying to throw away. So that's the dilemma that I've been having for like 3 days now. But it's not like I have the time right now to do anything because, so we just had the convention, and then we'd go play Top Golf this weekend with my family, and then the next weekend I have a convention, and then I don't think I have anything the next weekend, but I have to start con prepping again. But after this next convention, I don't have another one till the end of June, but Joey and I are gonna go to OMG Con with Bethany. So yeah. So I go to Smoky Mountain, don't have anything, then I have a convention, then I don't have anything, and then I have a convention. But on happier notes, I think after this next convention, so much to do is so little time. Yes, always. So, 21 Pilots released, like, they're releasing their new album, but the new song right now, or one of the new songs is, let me make sure I get it right, the lyrics that I'm thinking of. I think it's the Overcompensate, but in the lyrics he says, days feel like the perfect length, I don't need them any longer, but the years seem way too short. And I think that's the truest thing. Like, if I get up at a decent time, like if I'm getting up at like 7 or 8 and then I go to bed at like 10 or 11, the days feel good. Like, some of them go by faster than others, but for the most part, days feel pretty good time length. But the years, freaking every time I plan a new Kirby of the month, I feel like I make it, ship it out, and it's already time to make a new month, like a new Kirby for the month. Or like if I'm going convention by convention, it feels like it should still be February and it is already May. So I'm like, these are the most true lyrics I've ever heard. Like, the days, perfect length. Years, they seem way too short. Oh. So little time. But what I was gonna say on more positive note is, I think Joey and I are gonna do a new cosplay for OMGCon because I'm not selling there, but we're gonna go help Bethany sell so we can actually do a cosplay and plan it. And I think we're gonna do Moxie and Millie from Hell of a Boss. And I was looking at morph suits last night, and I think there's one for $16. The reviews are like 4 out of 5 stars, and I think the negatives are that it's a little bit see-through, but we're not gonna be just wearing the morph suits, so I think that that would be okay. That would actually probably be better because maybe we won't be sweating so bad in them if they're a little bit thinner. Because I figured we'll wear it, and they didn't have the face because we don't need our face covered. It's like neck down, and then we'll probably just put ripped jeans and probably do red face paint. I'll see how Joey feels about it. But if we're just painting our faces, that doesn't seem as excessive as if we were trying to paint our whole bodies. So, and then I just need to make horns because actually we already have, I think, wigs that would work. I haven't got to talk to Joey about this. I don't know if he's still listening, but he has Soul from Soul Eater wig, which is white, and that would work for Moxie. And then I have a black short, like I was using it for Kylo. Oh, Joey is here, yay! Okay, so love, you can use your Soul wig, and I think that that would work good. And I just need to make some horns, which shouldn't be too hard. Depends on if I want to go just make fabric horns, which would be easy peasy for me, or if I want to try to go crazy and make some kind of sculpted horns. That's the question. But yeah, I have a short black wig that I can wear for Millie, and we would just really need horns and then shirts, which Joey's for Moxie would be, I think, kind of like a button up and like a blazer is what it looks like. So we would have to try to find that because he doesn't have that. And then for mine, I think it's just like a black t-shirt, right? Or something. But if I get a red morph suit, I could also use it for Karlach from Baldur's Gate if I ever wanted to do a Karlach one. Because it's pretty much the same look. It's just black. And she kind of has like a sports bra type thing. She also has horns. 2 for 1. Moxie doesn't have that short of hair. Like, I think yours would work. Because he kind of has like, it's like a spiky, like it would work fine. Alright, I'm almost done eating these chippies. But I'm kind of waiting for this embroidery to get done because then it won't be so loud. And I can go ahead and cut the rest and then we can sew these all up together. Did you ever get through Detroit the game? No, I'm still, like, I hadn't played it for like a week because I was prepping, and then I played it Sunday because Sunday after the convention I was like, I'm just gonna play video games all day, and I made it through 2 more like storylines, and then it was time to get on Baldur's Gate. So I feel like I'm really close. I don't know the ending and I don't know, but I feel like I'm really close. They're doing the on, what's his name, is it Marshall, or no, I can see his face. He is, or at least in my playthrough, he's rising up with his android army. And then Kara right now for mine is, I think they're trying to escape to Canada. And Connor is trying to find the people that, like the androids that did this android thing. Oh, technically the wrong choice could end it sooner than you think. I think I did the one where the safe mode where most of my characters live. Because there was an option where you can do more aggressive mode and you could lose really important characters. And I didn't do that. I was like, for my first playthrough, I don't want anyone to seriously die. So that's where I am. I don't know if you can tell me how far I am from the end just based on what I just told you, but am I at least more than halfway through? I think I am, right? I've lost my scissors. Oh, they're over there. We'll just use these. So yeah, I feel like I'm probably 3/4 of the way through, but I'm not sure. And I'm also really curious. I want to play through it again, but I want to see what I missed. I still want to see the timeline that I did this time. Do you know if I'm still able to do that if I play it again? I want to complete the timeline and fill it out completely. And to do that, though, you have to make totally different decisions usually. And I wasn't sure. You're in the last act, I think. Oh, good. You're getting there. Yes! So maybe I'll, by this Sunday, maybe I can beat it. Because we usually play Baldur's Gate from like, right now at least, from like 7 to 10. So then I don't really play anything else. Been like a puppy length, I don't need them any longer. What for goodness sake. Just throw some raps at you. Okay. I am done with faces. As soon as I get this stabilizer off. But if anybody else joins my Patreon, then I'll have to make more. Because this is exactly the number of Patreons that I have right now. I don't know why, but this stabilizer didn't pull off as cleanly as the other one. Okie dokie. My favorite thing to say in like high school, because I really liked My Little Pony, was okie dokie Loki. Because that's what Pinkie Pie would say all the time. And my senior quote actually in the yearbook was, "Eternal chaos comes with chocolate rain, you guys! Chocolate rain!" Yeah. And nobody really knew what it was except for the few friends that I had that also liked My Little Pony. I always go for the very hyper crazy extroverted characters. Like for Has-Been, I really like Nifty. I love her. But I also really love Charlie, and that's kind of the same kind of the same type. I was gonna say something else and then I stopped myself. Because I was gonna say I go and I fall for the boys that are the bad boys. that are really, they're like, I don't know how to describe it. They're Loki. Like Loki. I really like Loki. Who else? And then I'm like, I don't have a type. And I'm wrong. Oh, Kylo. That's the other one. I was like, who is the other bad boy mommy issues? It's Kylo Ren. Oh, yes, the Tumblr sexy man type. Yes. Exactly. Kylo, Loki. I'm trying to think of who else. But see, here's the problem. There was a video, I think a TikTok, but of like the Dean and Sam from Supernatural argument. Because in that scenario, I really like Sam. Dean kind of annoys me. But also, I like that he would fight for you and he would like kill everyone in his path. But I don't know. Sam would too, you know? And he's a nice, sweet boy. But, I get it, yeah. Vampire Diaries, is it Damien? Is that his name? And, oh, I had it. So, is it Sebastian? Something. If you guys know, yes! Stefan. You knew what I was gonna say. That scenario, I'm definitely going Damien. Is that how you say his name? Damien? For sure. I should rewatch that, because I was somewhat Christian in high school, and like, you know, they frowned upon that. They frowned upon that very much. Any vampires, magic, spooky dooky. So I never like finished it. But you best believe that Smexine song was on my iPod Nano. I think it's the very first one. Because that's like as far as I got. I think I got like season 2 maybe. Discord watch party? Hey, I would do that. That's a good idea. If they allow it, I don't know what platforms. One, I don't know where you can watch it right now, but that would be an easy Google search. And two, I don't know what the limitations are. Because we tried to do a Amazon watch party for Vox Machina. And like we all had to have our own Amazon accounts. And then we could sync it. But everyone had to have their own Amazon account. So, I mean, that might be the only way to be able to do that if it's on Amazon. I would totally do that. But see, like, not that this is really a comparison, but Iron Man and Captain America, I really like Captain America because Iron Man is too, like, snooty, alpha. Like, he's just too much for me. But Captain America, again, he would kill everyone in his path to come save me. And he got me. He protected me. Iron Man would probably do the same thing, but also I feel like he'd be like, I don't want to have to do this again. You know, like, this is taking a lot of time out of my day to come save you. Like, I know I love you, but I don't want to have to do this again. Captain America would be like, I'm so glad you're okay. Don't ever scare me like that again. Oh my gosh, freaking Joel. Sorry. Joel from The Last of Us. Daddy Joel. Don't get me started. And he's kind of like, you know, one of the bad guy types where he's like, I hate everyone. I don't want anything to do with anyone. I'm gonna protect myself. But then he's like this kid that he has now basically adopted, and he's like, don't you effing touch her. I tried to watch Vampire Diaries, but I think I missed my chance to like it when I was on my college RA would have watch parties. Oh, in the dorm, but it was on at the same time as Glee. So we never went. Gotcha. A very 2013 sentence. Yes. Yeah, I was definitely behind on the Glee watch and the Vampire Diaries, kind of. I never tried to rewatch the Vampire Diaries though after high school. But I had a few episodes like that I downloaded. Like I said, I had songs and I had 2 episodes downloaded that I bought off iMusic or iMovie or, you know, iTunes that I had downloaded. Mario? Just Mario. Mario versus Luigi? Yeah, Mario would come for me. Mario would come save me. He does it for Princess Peach all the time. Why wouldn't he do it for me? Even though I am more of a Daisy. Princess Daisy over Princess Peach. Part 2 to come out? Yes. Sorry, I don't know why I went demonic right there. Yes, I want part 2 of The Last of Us. I don't know anything about it, really. I mean, I kind of know the big thing, but I haven't watched spoilers. Joey is playing through the game. Every once in a while we watch him play it. Mario would save you, but would you stay saved? Peach seems to get in a lot of trouble. Yeah. And to be honest, Jack Black Bowser, Joey already kind of looks like Jack Black. So, like, maybe I'm just staying with Bowser, you know? Because is he actually gonna hurt me if he loves me so much? No, see, that's the same thing. He's gonna protect me. And, like, clearly Mario's been out doing something if I'm gonna get captured again. And he's not staying with me and protecting me. Not that I need to be protected, I can protect myself, thank you, but it's good to know that I got backup. Like, it's good to know, like, if I'm not feeling like fighting, somebody else will just, you know, fight for me. But most of the time, I feel like fighting. What's another good duo? Bowser is a family man who has friendly go-kart races with his nemesis. I think he seems nice. I love it. You know, he's just trying to make friends. He's just trying to throw a party. That's the other thing that I have that I feel like Joey and I bring to the table for friends is that we have Rock Band. Like, do you know how much it costs to get everything to play Rock Band now? And that's not including, like, the system. Like, say you already have an Xbox, but you need the game, 2 guitars,
drums, a microphone. That's like $2,000, okay? So we bring a lot to the table in terms of friend parties, okay? Who doesn't want to play Rock Band? It's so nostalgic. So that's the other thought I had, is like we play Rock Band. My other concern was, though, like maybe that's why the houseboat would be better, because if I invite too many people, D&D is almost the only way to go, because there's not a lot of games where you can play with like 6 people or more. And I don't want to like have to be like, okay, you 4 play this game, you 4 play this game. But if that's how it has to be. Get Twister! I haven't played Twister in forever. Expand our games. I need to see how many players Ticket to Ride is. I do think it's quite a bit. And I mean, I love party games. Like, not necessarily like Apples to Apples or like Cards Against Humanities. That one's fun, but I would rather play them. There's one called Curses, and there's one called Quelf. Like, those are really fun party games, but if you're like very shy, because a lot of them have you act out things, and if you're like shy, then it's a little like unnerving, if that makes sense. I wonder, have you guys played the Good Mythical Morning game? The one that's like, is it Can We Still Be Friends or something? Are we still friends? Something like that. Has anyone played that? Is it any good? Because, you know, they be advertising that, but I don't really know what the concept of it. I assume it's kind of like a Cards Against Humanity type thing. But yeah, we have Ticket to Ride. We have... I have Splendor. I don't think you can play with a whole bunch of people, but that one's pretty fun. I love Taboo. That one's really fun. And that one kind of, you can make teams, so it's a good for a lot of people. Cool. Yeah, we could totally play that one, but I do know we got into an argument last time, and I remember it was mostly me, but it still just really confuses the heck out of me, that game. I just don't... I feel like it's just a game of chance, because if you get a certain card, then you can kind of do whatever you want. I want to play more board games. I never had friends to do any, only my brother, so it wasn't that fun. We can definitely do games on Discord too. They have Gartic Phone, and Joey and I were just looking at, there's a putt-putt golf one. So that would be fun to do at least monthly, like Discord games. I'll have to test out what else there is. And I don't know if you guys want to do like voice chat, or like with it's not golf with friends, but like that is golfing, and so you don't really have to be in voice chat if you didn't want to. You could just like listen to the people that are in voice chat, and you could always be there and put yourself on mute and not talk, but it would never have to be mandatory. Jackbox is always good. Jackbox is a good one.
play that one that we played at Anthony's, love. That's like chicken whatever, where you just that crazy kind of like a platformer one where you jump around and shoot. Chicken? Is it goat, chicken, something? I don't play board games much anymore. They make me think of hurricanes. We would play them when the power went out. So multi-day games of Monopoly. Oh, many. Oh, so many games of Monopoly. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually finished a game of Monopoly. Like, when does it actually end? When only one person has all the money or all the spaces? Like, I never make it that far. I do love the game of life, though. And Clue. Those are my top, like, is that Hasbro? Those are my top Hasbro games. I was always like, give me a car full of babies. And I better have a dog. We also have, I like to look at Goodwill when I go and look at board games. And I got this Disney one, which is like colors, where it says like a Disney character, like Pooh Bear. And it says there's like 2 colors. So then you have to pick the color cards that match closely with Pooh, which would be yellow and red. But it's like you don't say it out loud. You just put the 2 cards face down. When everyone else quits. Oh, Monopoly. When everyone else quits, that's when the game's over. We would usually just stop playing, and whoever had the most money won. We finished for real only once when my brother bankrupted me. Yeah, that's how I feel like we always played too. It was like, well, we gotta go do this, or dinner's ready, or I'm done. Who has the most money? I also really like Heads Up, but we have one that we made just from index cards from the Dollar Tree, and we did animals and stuff, but we also did like household objects or something. And I think that's always really fun and is easy with a big group of people too, where you have to guess what you are. So that one's fun. But I also like Heads Up on the phone too. My nephew loves that one, and he will just be talking at like someone's birthday party or something, and all of a sudden he just pulls up Heads Up on his mom's phone. I'm trying to think of what else we have. I have Tower of Terror, Clue. Yeah, Frogs isn't here. I see Semi's posting in the Discord. I wonder what they're up to. Frogs, if you're watching this later, comment comment below. We missed you. We've also been looking at that Hot Ones game. But I think the bottle of hot sauce that you get is like so tiny. I just got a message from our internet provider saying they haven't received our bill, but I got that stuff on auto pay, like. But you know, they did send something about something changing over, but supposedly if it was on auto pay, it was supposed to be okay. You better not charge me for a late fee. I got that set up on auto pay. Look on Discord real quick. Is there a link to the Discord? It looks like the one from the Streamlabs bot is expired. Oh man, does it expire? That's poopy. Yes. Let me see. I know on my Instagram, if you go to my link tree on the bio, it is on there. Unless that is expired too. Otherwise, let me see if I can post a link. I can't remember if I have it where it allows links. Oh my gosh, look at all the mushrooms! How much can I get done during the best stream? Aww. Wrong channel. What channel is it supposed to go on? Were you trying to put it in like YouTube one or share your art? Oh, I think both of them are good. Or were you trying to send that to a whole different Discord? Okay, invite, copy link. Let me see. Okay, see if that link works. I don't know if I have links allowed in Discord or in YouTube Live, but oh, you put it in YouTube by mistake. Oh, okay, no worries. Oh yay, Bun found it. Welcome, Bun. Yay. Let's wave to Bun. It might have waved twice to you. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me see what my internet company is saying. Adorable. Okay. I guess that seems legit. Legitness. Did they send me another email though? Like, listen. Email me. Wait, but I think Joey just said they trying to get me to pay twice? Joey just said I thought that. Let me scoot back here. Type in my password. Because he was like, what was this $84 that came out of our account? And you know, that's a good question. Okay, that was electric. Let's see, the last time. Frogs! Frogs is in Discord. I need to return our Wi-Fi router. I should do that tomorrow. I should make it a plan. Have we not paid internet? It actually won't let me. We probably have, but it won't let me go back past March. Everybody go to Discord and ask frogs where they're at.
Okay, I'm not gonna try to do my internet thing. Ooh, they've been shopping. I'm just gonna set a reminder to check on that tonight. New reminder. Pay internet. Tonight at, let's do 6 p.m. Yay! Oh, the person about the skitty hat just messaged me and asked if there was a different color pink. That is a good question. I'll have to see. Might have to go in person to Joann's. All right, let's see. It's 4:38. I only have about like 20 minutes left until I will end the live. Unfortunately, it's been a great stream. But I'm gonna stay like 15 more minutes, 20 more minutes. I gotta order a pizza for dinner. But I do really like that idea. Maybe we could do some Discord games. Not gonna lie, that golf one on Discord is pretty fun. Joey's been trying to convince me to get Discord Nitro. And maybe one day, but I'm waiting, you know, gotta make more money on YouTube before we put money into things like that. Pizza! Yeah boy. So I think I'm at like $37 that I've made so far off YouTube. So that's really exciting. I looked at my analytics because I think it's every Monday or something. YouTube will send you an analytic like overview of how, you know, your week went. And this week it told me I made $10 last month, which that was the beginning. Oh, that was not okay. I had a lot more bobbin than I thought. The end of April was right when I got monetized. So that's exciting. $10 just off of sharing my content on YouTube. I'll take it. I have to wait till 100 though to cash out. So I will let you guys know when I get to 100 for sure. But yeah, since we got monetized in like end of April, I've made 30 some dollars. So pretty good. And in my head, theoretically, it's only if I keep posting, you know, one live a month, one video a month, and like maybe a couple shorts here and there, it should go up from here because all of the old videos will still get occasional views, and then new videos, theoretically, if I'm getting more subscribers, would have more views because there's more people that are gonna see the video. That's how it works in my head, at least. But I'm so conflicted with, I really love doing conventions, but I don't want to burn myself out like I did last year. But I do really love that it's good content for vlogs. But it's really hard to have product ready to sell
So I'm also thinking maybe I of course want to do the Artist Alley like tips and things. I'll still do studio stuff, but I'm thinking like maybe I can start doing more where Joey and I are just going to conventions for fun or like traveling. So then I'm still getting the fun convention aspect, but also not having like going to a convention but not selling at it all the time. Oh yeah. Sorry. Week. What did I say? A month? I made $10 last month. And then what I post a new video every week, new short. Is that, did I say that wrong? What is that? Bun subscribed. Oh my gosh. Oh, it worked. Look at it. Oh, it made a cute little thing. That was my Duke lion running. Thank you, Bun. Bun joined the Discord and subscribed. What a great live. I thought I was subbed before. Oops. All good. There's some people that I'm like, how am I not subscribed? You're telling me I just search for your videos? Or they just appear to me? Hey, we got to test out usually that doesn't work. When someone subs, it like makes a noise, but Duke doesn't usually pop up. So now we actually got to see it work. Yay! Okay, so we got all the little booze sewn up. This feels like so little. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is 8. So now we can stuff them. Stuff them. Oh, but I saw Frogs posted in the Discord that they were shopping for clothes because Rue 21 is going bankrupt. I did see an article about that. So Rue 21 has pretty good graphic tees. Might have to go check it out. Rue 21 used to be like my favorite place to shop in high school. I would get the off-brand Converse. Like I occasionally had the Converse brand, but they were always like they'd have a deal like buy one get one free or something, so I'd have several. But I always remember the inside breaking, and then all of a sudden you get a hole like rubbed inside the lining of your shoe, and these plastic pieces just all of a sudden start showing up in your shoe because the like structure of the shoe was breaking off. There's just plastic inside, and you're like, where did this plastic come from? But I used to get my Converse and my boots, like ankle boots from there. And then I do love their graphic tees and cute clothes. I'm just not a big like clothes shopper. I just really want one good pair of jeans that I like that fit good. And then I just wear graphic tees. And then Joey and I are the same on that area where we rotate the same 5 shirts. I used to be that same way in high school too. Honestly, I just wear the same. I have my favorite shirts that I like to wear, and then I'll get a new favorite shirt, and then I just wear that. Right now, Joey and I just wear these Nella and Pendragon shirts mostly right now for the week. And then if I do go out and buy new clothes, it's usually like a holiday, or like I want a new outfit for like Thanksgiving or Christmas. That's usually the only time I go buy clothes, or vacation. And lots of times I go to Goodwill. But Goodwill's getting expensive now too. And if I walk into a store and they don't got a sale, bye. Let's see. Am I gonna get to walk while I talk to Joey on the phone? Maybe. I don't think it's raining. It looks a little windy though. Okay, the little blue boys over here. Maybe I can get these stuffed within these 10 minutes. And then I can sew them up while we're playing Baldur's Gate. See, I don't have a big love interest in Baldur's Gate, like character-wise. I picked Will first because I kind of felt like he was kind of left out. Like I've heard people talk about Shadowheart, Gale, and Astarion. I don't love Gale because my first impression of him, he seemed like he's like, give me these expensive weapons and I'll be fine and I won't, destroy things. Astarion's just kind of like, I don't know, a know-it-all, the attitude that he has. And so I was like, yeah. I love vampires because Edward Cullen, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling him. And then I love Shadowheart. And Shadowheart would be my go-to, but Joey claimed Shadowheart. So, but no, I did romance Shadowheart on my other, on my personal playthrough. But when I played through with Bethany and Joey and Allie, I was going for Will, but then I didn't know that you could romance Halsin, and I do like him, but also he just doesn't. He was kind of just like, let's just be free in nature and the world. So it's not really a relationship. It's kind of just like a one night stand, I guess, every once in a while. And I love Karlach. But I go back and forth. I'm like, is Karlach like a bestie? An attractive bestie? And then Shadowheart, she's just so sweet. I do love her. But you know what they don't have? They don't have a bad boy with mommy issues that would fight to the ends of the earth for you. And that is why. But my favorite character that comes to your camp is Scratch. I love him. I would go to the ends of the earth for him and fight for him. And I have him as an option for, I think it's like Find Familiar, where you can like summon him into battle, and I'm like, I would never catch me doing that. He will be safe at camp forever. That boy seen too much trauma in his life. Okay, we have these 3. See if we can do it. I'll probably get this one. It won't be the last one, but this one's stuffed. And then I'll probably close out. Say my goodbyes till next time. You know what? I'm going bouldering with Tia on Thursday, and that's usually my editing days. So I don't know what day is going to be my editing day now, because it's already Tuesday, which means it's probably got to be tomorrow, or I edit it early morning Friday. It's cool that you use the odd bits for stuffing and not polyfill. Thanks! I'm glad. I was always worried that someone might be like offended, or I don't know if it's grossed out, but like, oh, you use scraps. I think because scraps is just like a harsh word, even though that's what it's called. But like, when you think of scraps, you kind of think of like for food, scrap food. But I did like a poll and ask people, you know, do you feel any certain way if I use scraps for stuffing? And all the responses were pretty positive. So for Kirbys, it works great because when I do the embroidery, like for the arms and stuff, it does have a lot of scrap fabric because of the area that you have to hoop is very large compared to the area that actually gets embroidered. So there's a lot of excess fabric. And so basically everything the fabric that I use to embroider on, all the scraps get put back into the plush. So it's kind of just making itself. And I used to do that for appas too. I used to have a sustainable option, which was the Sherpa material that appas were made out of. The scraps from the cuts of it would go back into the appa plush. So you save like $10 on the appa plush because if you do the sustainable option, because I don't have to pay like $10 worth of stuffing to stuff it. I'm just a hoarder, so I'm very much like, yeah, I'll need this in 6 months. Yeah, I am kind of a hoarder. I'm trying to do better because I've moved like 4 times in the past 5 years, I think. So I like usually just have a big trash bag that I fill with scraps, and I'm like, I'll need it later, or I'm gonna use all these scraps to make a dog bed or something. And I've made 1 dog bed in those 5 years. So, and every time I move, it's just I end up throwing away big bags of stuffing anyway, or fabric. So I might as well either put them towards something or slowly throw it away little by little. OMG, you're still on. I really thought the stream ended. Turns out my internet just messed up. Oh, yeah. I'm actually about to get off right now, actually, because I just finished stuffing. But dang, I'm sorry that you missed it. I missed ya. But we were able to get, so we got 1 completely done. This is my little test guy. And then we got these 4 stuffed. So then I'm going to sew them up later today. And then we have 3 more that we need to stuff and sew. And then they all, of course, except for this one, needs his body pieces. But I'll probably work on these tomorrow too while I'm at the shop. But for now, I'm done. I've got to order a pizza for dinner, and Joey's going to pick it up on the way home. But if you guys are interested in a little Boo Kirby plush, wish you a little ghosty tail, check it out on my Patreon, patreon.com/lyingaroundsewing. It's only $20, and you get a matching sticker with him. So I think that's it. I don't have any conventions this weekend, and I will have the Danville Comic-Con prep part 2, I think. If there's enough footage, there's another Danville Comic-Con prep video going up Friday, and then the next Friday will be the Danville Comic-Con one. But until then, I will see you guys next Tuesday, and join our Discord because we'll be posting stuff and chatting, and I hope to do like a gaming Discord. I'm gonna see how those games do, and then maybe we can at least like once a month do a gaming on Discord. If you guys are interested, let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hello to all those people that watched me after the live. So glad you guys can make it, and thank you for everyone that chatted because it means so much to me, and I love talking. Bye. Bye bye. Awesome. Have a good evening. Thanks for the stream. Gaming Thursday streams? Maybe. Bye. Bye, everybody.